For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This is our boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. And we are back in this BITCH on the lovely Tuesday afternoon right here in Miami, depending on where you're at in the world. If you're in the UK, it's probably the evening time. It's 5-hour time difference. So it's 8 o'clock in the evening, night, whatever, right now in the UK. But anyways, man, you know how we do it. We're going to rock. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. As you know, there's a lot of boxing news going on right now. I got my light right here to the left. I got the light right here to the right. Let me pull this light back some. I just want to make sure that you guys can see the old boy. Well, that's right here. Okay, so cool. Want to make sure you guys can see the old boy. Had to make sure everything. I got another light right here too. Man, I got lights everywhere. I have lights everywhere. I got one right here. Yeah, I have lights everywhere. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let's forget the damn lights. We ain't here to talk about no damn lights today. We're here to talk about boxing. Straighten the webcam up. Anyways, what's good, everybody in the chat, man? We finna get it in today. We finna talk about everything. You see what I'm saying? And I got my notepad. I got my notepad right here so I can just reach down and bam, ta-da. And we're gonna do a little screen saving right here to my left, which will be to your right. Cause I'm gonna show some things here. Have to come with receipts. I have to come with receipts. You see what I'm saying? So that's how we're gonna do it. We have to come with receipts today because there's a whole lot of fugaziness going on in the sport of boxing. And this is why a lot of people are kind of falling out with boxing. 1 minute is one thing. The next minute is something else. This narrative is being pushed. That narrative is being pushed. And all the while, the people who are suffering are the fight fans. So we're going to try to get down to the bottom of it. We're going to try to make sense out of nonsense. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to do today. Anyways, let me give everybody a shout out, though. One time for FR. 33DA. What's going on, fam? Damn, it look like you're new to the chat. I haven't seen you before. But salute to you, brother. Salute to you. What's going on? Hold on, let me make sure. Man, I don't even have my sound effects. Yeah, man, I'm slipping today, man. I want to have my StreamYard, not my StreamYard, but my sound effects hooked up. They're not even hooked up. Let me go ahead and hook this up right quick. Bear with me, guys. Let me go ahead and hook my sound effects up right quick. Man, I'm slipping bad today. All right, ta-da. There we go. Sound effects on deck. Let me give everybody a round of applause. Give everybody a round of applause who in the chat right now, who in the chat. So let me give everybody a shout out. Shout out to everybody in the chat. One time for my main man, Aaron Story. What's up, homie? Homie, what's going on with you, Aaron? My dog. Know I got much love for you. Anyways, KB in the building. Mr. Shelton Moore, what's popping? You know, no, what I said, what's popping? You know what I mean? That's what's happening and what's popping at the same time. What's popping? But we're just gonna say what's popping. You pop the collar. Pop the collar one time for my main man, Mr. Shelton Moore. Stick up for yourself. That's right. Hearn is saying the fight signed and sealed. Just need both parties to finalize the final draft. So surely Deontay isn't in frame to ruin the fight. Is he? Making me mad crazy all of this. Bro, we finna address all that right now. Because guess what? Boy, I might have some apologizing to do today. Remember, I told you guys, if the Alphabet Boys are right about this whole thing about Fury have to fight Wilder next, I said that I will come on here and apologize. You see what I'm saying? Me being a man of my word, I will apologize. I have no problem with that at all. But I don't have an ego like that. But we're gonna see what's going on. Stick up for yourself. Shout out to my brother. Stick up for yourself. Charlo, what's up, baby? My dog Charlo, what's up, man? Let's see. KB, Elvis, I see you, baby. Mr. Angus, what's going on, fam? Adari, what's going on, fam? Yeah, man, what you say? Well, what if Microsoft plus Nintendo plus Sony plus Sega joint forces? The super. Yeah. Shane, what's going on, brother? What's going on with you, Shane? Let's see. The boxing professor. What's good, fam? What's good? Michael Buffer. You know, Mr. Michael Buffer. Salute to you, sir. You see what I'm saying? Let's see, Red, White, and Do. What's up with you, baby? Hey, let me go ahead and pop. I ain't really got no collar. You know what I mean? We're going to pop the collar for you. You know what I mean? We're going to do that. Bob Zulane, what's going on, man? What's going on with you, brother? Happy to see you. Let's see. Diallo Huggett, that's my brother. Hey, Diallo, did I make you a mod? Yeah, I think I made you a moderator. Yeah, I think I made you a moderator. As a matter of fact, I did. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, man, we're gonna get right into this today. Give everybody time to come in. Let's see. Get everybody time to come in right now. Looking at my phone ringing. I got my notepad right here. But listen, we gonna get straight into it. I'm not going to lag around with this because I know other people gonna come in later. They're gonna be like, hey man, what we talking about? What I missed out on? Smith and West. What's going on? Smith and West, what's going on? That shirt is official. Oh yeah, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Laptop CEO. Y'all know if y'all can see it. Laptop CEO. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I got this shirt from, I didn't make it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I made the shirt. I didn't make the shirt. I got this shirt from one of my it was a marketing class that I took. Some years back. And the guy who class I took, right, he the one I make these shirts. You know what I mean? So, short and more, what's going on, fam? You will see my channel. What's up with you, baby? Smith and West. Every time I think about you, I think about Smith and Wesson. Hey, man. Hey, for real, though, bro. I think about Smith and Wesson. Every time, you know what I mean? Every time I see that, you know what I mean? So, anyways, hey man, but let's get straight to the point. Now, we have a whole lot of fake news, false propaganda going around on the YouTube universe. And all of it is stemming around Mr. Tyson Fury, Mr. Deontay Wilder. And I don't even want to throw Anthony Joshua into this, but I have to throw Anthony Joshua into this. Now, remember the narrative, guys. The Alphabet Boys. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop the link so anybody can join. Give me 1 minute. Miss Shelton, I know Shelton want to come in. Hey, Smith and West, if you want to come in, fam, you can too. Anybody want to join, let me know. Give me 1 minute. Let me get my mouse. I have my mouse because I can't do it without the mouse. I have a MacBook Pro. So let me get my mouse. Ivan, what's going on, fam? Nearly Fuller, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Salute to you, brother. All right, I'm back. Had to come from the underground on this. So let's see. So what was I saying? So remember all of this stuff that was going on about, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury arbitration. Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is signing for the trilogy, not signing for a mega fight, between those two, to see who's going to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. ESPN has been reporting on this. All of the major world sport news outlets have been reporting on this same thing, right? All of them. Every last one of them. You see what I'm saying? Has been reporting on the same thing. Now, there's a problem. There's one thing that's been consistent. The Alphabet Boys, they lie all the time. So I want to break this down, preface this, guys, before I matter of fact, let me drop the link in here because you know me, I can get winded. So I don't want to talk too much without dropping the link in here for anybody. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to do that today. I'm not going to deny. Karma Serene, what's going on, sis? Let's ring the Ali bell for Karma Serene and my main man, Nearly Fuller. Let's ring the Ali bell for Ivan, Shane. You will see my channel. Shelton Moore, Smith and West, Michael Buffer, Aaron, Elvis, Red, White, and Do, Bob Zulane, the boxing professor, KB in the building, Mr. Angus, and Shane Carpenter. So, and my main man, Diallo Huggy. Let's go ahead and ring the Ali bell for you guys. And not only that, I want to give you guys a round of applause. So anyways, Now we got that out the way. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Let me go ahead and drop this. Drop the link. So now this is what I want to say, guys. All right, that's a long ass applause. I need to shorten this applause. I'm gonna keep this applause in like 10 seconds. So, anyways, this is what I want to say. We've been hearing all of these different things, right? What's going on? Now, I saw the same interview that everybody else seen. You know, I follow Bob Arum. You know what I mean? But I have a link. I have receipts. Michelle Phelps of Behind the Gloves didn't sound too happy about the news that she received, that she heard Bob Arum say, and I heard Bob Arum say it also. So basically, let me go ahead and as a matter of fact, I don't want to play it. I can play it from the phone. I can play it from the phone, guys, and it'll be better if I play it from the phone because I want you guys to hear this. I want you guys to hear this. Michelle Phelps. So basically, Michelle is saying that this fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua may not happen, but I want you guys to hear it for yourself. I want you guys to hear it for yourself. So, but before I let Mr. Shelton Moore in and get involved in this, I'm gonna preface everything. The Alphabet Boy community was saying the whole entire time that Tyson Fury cannot move on to fight Anthony Joshua because of the arbitration. Bob Arum said 6 months ago that Deontay Wilder lost the arbitration, and that's over. Only to find out that Bob Arum was lying, right? So the Alphabet Boys said that you can't believe anything Bob Arum says. Bob Arum is a liar. Facts. He is a liar. He did right. But that's only one problem with that. The Alphabet Boys are liars as well. Notice how when Bob Arum says something that doesn't support their narrative or say something that they don't agree with, they say he's a liar. They say Eddie Hearns is a liar. And all this stuff there. Tyson Fury is a liar. They say all of these things, right? But as soon as Bob Arum, the same guy that they said is a liar and you can't believe and trust anything he says, turns around and say that, Tyson Fury may have to fight Deontay Wilder next. Notice how they turn around and say, you see, we told y'all. You heard what Bob said. Now, the only problem I have with that is this. You are the same guys that said that Bob Arum is a liar. You can't believe anything he says, right? You are the same guys who said this. Now, when that same guy who you said is a liar that you can't believe anything he says, when he turns around and say something that fits your narrative, now all of a sudden we can believe what this liar who we can't believe say anything. Now we can believe what he says now. Do you follow me, guys? This is I wonder if anyone is following this. You see what I'm saying? Bob Arum is a liar. You can't believe anything he says, according to the Alphabet Boys. And I do know that Bob Arum lies. What promoter don't lie? Does it mean that every word comes out of his mouth is a lie? No, it doesn't. It just means that he's a promoter. That's what they do. They lie. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to tell you everything that's going on in their business. We are the public. Business is meant to be conducted behind what? Closed doors. So I say all that to say this. Notice how as soon as Bob Arum says something that fits their narrative that they can run, that they can pick up and run with, like a running back, they just take it and say, yes, you see, Bob Arum said this. This is what we've been telling you guys. But my point is this here. How do you, hold on, Mr. Shelton Moore, I got you on the sideline. Sorry about that, brother. My point, I got Mr. Shelton Moore in the building. Let's ring the Ali bell for Mr. Shelton Moore. My point is this here. How do you decide, how can you say in one breath that Bob Arum is a liar, you can't believe anything he says in one breath, when he says something that don't fit your narrative, but as soon as Bob Arum say something that fits your narrative, now all of a sudden you want to believe him. I'm confused. So before I can come on here and apologize to the Alphabet Boy community, you know what I mean? Which y'all know how I feel about them, but at the end of the day, my ego will not get in the way of me manning up, you know, if they are right. Right is right. You see what I'm saying? But you can't tell me that Bob Arum is a liar in one breath. You can't believe nothing he say. And then as soon as he say something that you agree with, now we can believe him now. It don't make make no sense to me. That's one. Two, to my left, which would be to your right on this computer screen, I have 3 videos. Video 1, which I call Exhibit A, which I'm going to share. Michelle Phelps basically saying that, as a matter of fact, I have it right here. Go ahead, Michelle Moore. Go ahead and talk.
No, I'm just listening to you, Coach, and you making some valid points. You know, people always want you to believe what they say if it's within the narrative they spinning. But when something contradictory comes out, now it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is let's just wait until all the facts come out. Because we all know if we got any kind of common sense, ESPN and those type of big major corporations wouldn't put something out if they didn't have the facts to back it up. Because then they could be sued for false information, putting out false information. They could be sued. They would open themselves up to a lawsuit. That's why they got all them lawyers to make sure that everything is copacetic and they check it before they put it out. Now, the biggest thing that I hear that's bringing all these narratives back to the forefront is the fact that supposedly Eddie Hearn went radio silent. He ain't talking to nobody right now. That could be because he's conducting business right now. And he don't need to talk. I mean, nobody ever said that. Can you actually believe that the man is trying to conduct some business? I mean, you know, it is what it is.
You don't bust up my whole thing. I was just gonna talk about that next. So anyway, let me talk about that. So first they say Eddie Hearn, he's running his mouth too much. Remember, he never should have said anything about the fight until Frank Warren. I seen an interview with Frank Warren. Eddie Hearn never supposed to say anything about this fight until we all had everything on solid ground and we was going to do a joint press conference. Right? They said he's talking too much. Alphabet Boy said Eddie Hearn is lying. He's talking too much. Bob Arum said Eddie Hearn is talking too much. John Fury, everybody saying Eddie Hearn is talking too much. Now Eddie Hearn is quiet. Now they complaining that, oh, he ain't talking enough. He's quiet now. Man, I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this shit up. Bruh, listen. When Eddie Hearn was talking, you said he was talking too much. He need to keep his mouth closed. Now Eddie Hearn ain't saying nothing. Now you're saying, oh, man, he need to start back talking. He radio silent. Bob Arum, you cannot have it both ways, sir. Frank Warren, you cannot have it both ways. Do you want the man to stay quiet or do you want the man to talk? Now, that's neither here nor there. Smith & West, what did he say, brother? Smith & West say Eddie just did an interview on Sky Sports this morning. Yeah. I heard about it. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to lie to you, Smith & West. I haven't seen the interview, but it did pop up on my timeline. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna check it out. I don't know exactly what he said. But anyways, this is the thing though. Picking and choosing when you want to believe something, when it fits your narrative, it's crazy. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I say. This is what Michelle Phelps say. So I don't want to, as a matter of fact, guys, I'm going to share the screen so you can see it, right? But I'm not going to play it from the screen. I'm going to play it from my phone. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get a copyright strike with YouTube. Okay? So let me share this. This is it on the screen right here, guys. And so I'm going to let you hear.
Morning, I won't lie, has me feeling a little bit confused and maybe even frustrated. But I'm not going to allow my emotions to get the best of me just yet because I'm not 100% sure of what's going on here. But Bob Arum has done an interview with Dan Rafael for Boxing Scene. And he's basically saying, you know, maybe we'll breathe some life into Wilder and Fury will fight Wilder and Joshua will fight his WBO mandatory challenger, Alexander Usyk. Now, look, let's follow the timeline here. It does make sense as to why Alexander Usyk and Joe Joyce has not been announced for the interim title, and that's because they're still waiting. Everyone's waiting, so nothing is official.
All right, let me stop right there. Remember, videos that the Alphabet Boy community put out saying that Wilder is in control of the entire heavyweight division, and he has everybody on hold. Now, you remember, I debunked that every which way but Sunday. But but according to what Michelle Phelps is saying, everybody is waiting. to see what's going to happen with this arbitration. Does that mean that Wilder is in control of the heavyweight division? Hell to the no. It doesn't mean that. What it means is if Wilder has have a litigation going on with arbitration, a legal right, a signed contract for him to fight somebody, i.e. Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury decided not to fight Wilder for whatever the reason may be, and Wilder has a legitimate case, that's why he's taking it to arbitration. So if you have a pending case going on, arbitration or whatever the case may be, then of course nothing can move until you know what the outcome of that is going to be. I get that. I totally understand that. I'm not banging on that at all. I'm not disagreeing with that. You see what I'm saying? But I say all that to say this. Bob Arum said 6 months ago, I have receipts, I'm going to show it to you, that the contract between Wilder and Fury had expired. So if I was to take the position on, I'm going to take what Bob Arum say over what the LDBC say, if I got two liars, Bob Arum and the Alphabet Boys. The Alphabet Boys is on the outside looking in, Bob Arum is on the inside looking out. Who the hell am I going to believe about a situation that he is directly involved in? Am I going to believe the Alphabet Boys or am I going to believe Bob Arum? I'm inclined to believe what Bob Arum says. Now, if Bob Arum lies about the situation, that's on him. Why did he lie when he didn't have to? Bob Arum could have cleared this whole thing up. He could have said it 6 months ago. Hey, listen, when he was on Fred Barbershop Talk, and I have it right here. But anyways, he could have said 6 months ago, hey, listen, man, right now, man, the arbitration is still going on. This thing about Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua in the process of fighting each other, they've been in talks, but they didn't have any signed contracts until March of last month. That's when the contracts was actually signed. So when you hear the Alphabet Boy community saying, oh, they've been talking about they're going to fight each other for a whole year now. BS, foolishness. Yeah, they talked about it, but there was no contract signed. You can talk all day. You can run your mouth all day. But if there's nothing signed, the talking don't mean anything. There's nothing wrong with talking, but they officially signed last month in March. So according to Eddie Hearn. So now I have 3 videos I'm going to show. I got 3 videos I'm going to put up. I'm going to show you guys exhibit A, B, and C to support my claim because I have to come with receipts. Now, what they're saying, what Michelle Phelps is saying does kind of make sense. She's saying that, hey, listen, this is why everybody's been on hold. And so is Wilder holding up the heavyweight division? Who knows? You see what I'm saying? I doubt it. Again, as I said before, guys, there's no one guy that ever controlled the sport of boxing. Never. Whether it was Floyd Mayweather, Ali, whoever the case may be. Fighters come and go. You have fighters who are hot, but they don't control the sport of boxing because the guys who control it have way more money than the individual fighter. You see what I'm saying? So let's cut that out. Now let's go here.
And although we have movement going in the right direction, until we know what's happening legally between Wilder and Fury, everything is on standstill. And that's evident if you look even at what Tyson's been saying and if you just look at subtle things that everyone's been sort of saying, it sort of pinpoints to the idea that there may be a chance that Wilder and Fury will have to fight in a third fight. I do know that the arbitration is going on. I don't know if it's quite finished just yet, but I know that it has been ongoing, which means legally no one can sign any documents until they have officially sorted out what's going on in arbitration. Now,
so let's stop right there. Break this shit down. Very easy, simple. With my GED education, I can easily break this down. What she said make a valid point. This is what the Alphabet Boy community has been saying the whole time. Now, I'm not going to let my disdain for some of the guys in the Alphabet Boy community. I don't dislike all of them. It's some of them that I have disdain for who threaten trainers and when I see you, I'm going to pull up and I wish you die in car fires. I don't wish death on nobody. So I would never apologize for how I feel to any individual who says that to anybody, let alone a boxing trainer who took this time out of his busy day to come on a YouTube platform to speak and to get treated that way. But anyways, I say all that to say this. Tyson Fury, sir, with all due respect, in my opinion, all of this stuff could have been avoided. If you had a contract with Deontay Wilder and you agreed to fight the man Your signature is on paper. His signature is on paper. You are obligated, sir, to fight this man. You should have never entertained fighting anyone outside of fighting Deontay Wilder. Now, in Tyson Fury's defense, he did say all of last year that I am getting ready to fight Deontay Wilder for a third match. After I beat Deontay Wilder, then I'm going to go on to Anthony Joshua. Fury has been saying this consistently last year. But at some point in time, December, if I remember correctly, December, Tyson Fury said that he'll never fight Deontay Wilder again. Deontay Wilder disrespected the gypsy people, yada, 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 yada. And all that's fine, cool, and dandy. But if you have a contract to fight the guy, it doesn't matter what Deontay Wilder says out of his mouth, you still have to fight him. You cannot pull out of fights that you are contractually bound to do. You can't do that. Not only that, you can't pull out of the fight, sir, and then say, I'm going to go fight somebody else. Now, if you pull out of the fight and say, I'm going to retire, like you did with Vladimir Klitschko, when you pulled out of that fight in a press conference. Remember, they had a press conference and you retired. That's one thing. But you pull out of a fight, allegedly. I say allegedly because we don't know all of the facts yet. We don't know if this contract has expired or not expired. Everybody's lying, goddammit, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know what to believe because I don't heard 20 different things from 20 different sources, and ain't nobody saying the same shit. So what I know is this here. When you're hearing 20 different things from 20 different sources, that means that there's a lie in it some goddamn way. And the only people who can really clear this up are the parties that's involved. Fury is not saying anything, and Wilder ain't said shit. So Fury and Wilder ain't really said much about the arbitration. Fury said that, yeah, you know, I still got the arbitration going on. I don't know what's going to happen with that. That right there told me everything I needed to hear. If you still have an arbitration going on and he doesn't know what's going to happen with that, then he said it could be a possibility that I may fight Wilder again. Why is it a possibility, guys? Because he knows he has a signed contract that he was trying to get out of. The realization has set in that he cannot get out of this fight, so he's going to have to fight Deontay Wilder. That's why he's saying this. Because the realization is hit. Now, man, you know what? I can't get around this guy because apparently Deontay Wilder is holding his square. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not making an argument for Wilder or Fury. I'm just based on what Michelle Phelps is saying. That's how I'm interpreting it. Now, if it comes from her, I believe Michelle Phelps. Do you want to know why? Because Michelle Phelps is not known to be a liar. Michelle Phelps is not known to be a liar. She is what I would call a credible source. So if she says something, I am inclined to believe what she says. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because of her track record. I don't know her, never met her before in my life, but I'm judging her based on her work, Now, I don't know what the hell to believe. I don't know who's lying, who's telling the truth. I don't know who's fighting and who's not fighting. I don't know if there's going to be a fight, if there's not going to be a fight. I don't know who's twerking and who's not twerking. I don't know who wants to have a baby and who don't want to have a baby. I don't know a goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm just letting you guys know. But apparently, the alphabet boys know every goddamn thing. But that's neither here nor there. Let's finish hearing what Michelle has to say.
Deontay Wilder's missus, Telly Swift, commented on my post when I said that Saudi Arabia was named as the site to host Joshua versus Fury. Well, in her comment, she said that, you know, he can't fight anyone until he fights Deontay first. Now, I know that she knows what's going on behind the scenes as well. So I'm not quite sure what's happening. I just know that things don't seem 100%, as you would say, according to what we've officially have heard. Now, here's another thing. Frank Warren, who, as you know, is co-promoter to Tyson Fury, has also said to TalkSport, look, every day I'm being told it's in the post. It's not arrived, and that's where we are. I'll believe it when I see it. We're told it'll be here. I know Tyson's had enough of hanging around. He wants to fight in June or July, and that's what will happen if this thing doesn't get resolved very quickly. Now, as you know, when I interviewed Tyson, he was saying, look, if this isn't done by a certain point, I'm walking. Now, I'm just sort of waiting for someone to give a direct answer in terms of what's going on with arbitration, because, again, I'll reiterate, nothing can happen until it is officially over. Nothing can get signed until Tyson is allowed to sign on the dotted line. That's just the way it goes. That is legal. He can.
Now, did you hear what she said? She said nothing can be done unless this arbitration is over, which is exactly what the Alphabet Boys have been saying. Now, this is what they have been saying. I've been on record saying that if it comes out that the Alphabet Boys were telling the truth this time and they was right, that I would apologize to them, because I don't believe shit they say. Them niggas lie all the goddamn. That's all they do is lie. They listen, they lying right now as we speak. Now, if that's the case, then I owe the Alphabet Boys an apology. You see what I'm saying? Because they was right on that. Out of the 100 things that they lie about on a daily basis, this is the one thing that they have been consistent with. Now, all about the cheating stuff and the Sugar Hill and the water and the glove gate, the referee gate, the twerk, all these other gates, all that's some BS. We're talking about specifically as it relates to this arbitration. You see what I'm saying? Wilder's not suing Fury for assault, for beating him with egg weights. You don't hear nothing about that no more. You don't hear nothing about, a whole lot of things. He wants to fight the guy who he said cheated him with no proof. You see what I'm saying? So the Alphabet Boys is right about that. And I have to apologize to them for that. And me being the man that I am, I would be less than a man if I didn't apologize. Now, I still don't rock with y'all fools. Don't get it twisted. I'm just apologizing because you guys were right as it relates to this particular incident. But you guys are not a credible source. You are liars. You are habitual liars. You were born to lie. You lie all throughout the day. You wake up lying. You go to bed lying. So you guys cannot be trusted, believed at no point in time, because you guys on the outside looking in, and you are a narrative-based Alphabet Boy champ. But as it relates to this, you were right. So I apologize to the Alphabet Boy community, because I owe you that, because me being the man that I am, I said that I would apologize. Now, let's carry on. But I'm going to tell you in defense of me why I didn't want to. Well, not want to. I didn't believe it. But hold on, let's finish this.
Not legally fight anyone else until he gets the go to do it. And that's sort of where I've been a little bit confused, because if you think about it, it's like, okay, we're hearing that the fight's happening, but all the while arbitration was still ongoing. So it's like, well, how do we know what's happening and not happening if we know that there's still legal things that need to be taken care of? Now, there are no specifics. No one's giving specifics. But all I know is that reading that this morning on Boxing Scene didn't exactly sit well in my stomach. And I'm hoping that we don't get terrible news like we did the first time around when we had the possibility of Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. So I'm crossing my fingers, guys. I'm going to try to stay hopeful. I'm in the bubble this week for Chisora versus Parker. So I'm definitely going to.
All right. So that's all she said as it relates to that. We're going to go on to the next video right here. Now this is where the confusing stuff comes in at. Now, we heard what Michelle Phelps said. I'm not finished, guys. I'm not finished cooking. This is where the confusion comes in at, guys. So I apologize to the Alphabet Boy community, but I probably shouldn't have apologized. But I'm going to just do it anyways on GP on the strength of Michelle Phelps. So I'm going to apologize to y'all on the strength of Michelle Phelps. But let's go ahead, and this is where the water gets murky at. As you can see, Exhibit B on my screen, we have Fred Barbershop Talks, where he let guests come on his show and threaten trainers, and he sit back and smile like a little, you know what, let me go ahead on. I don't even want to say that. But he just sit back and smile while guests get threatened from other guests on his show. He just sit back and smile and let it go down. Now, Charlo, what do you say, brother? So what happened with the Eddie Hearn story of contracts exchange and Fury saying he has received venues? Hey, Charlo, you jumping ahead of me right now, brother. That's going to be Exhibit C. We don't heard Exhibit A from Michelle Phelps. Now we're going to Exhibit B, and then we're going to go to Exhibit C with Tyson Fury. Right. I got you. I got you, brother. Big brother, I got you. Just bear with me one moment. I'm cooking right now. All right, now, let's go over here to Exhibit B. Bob Arum.
Okay, now let's move forward. Let's stay in the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. What was the last? Let me ask you this in segments. What was the last conversation you had with one Shelly Finkel and then two Al Heyman as it pertains to that fight?
Well, I haven't talked to either of them.
Oh wow!
I talked to Shelly the night of the fight, and I haven't talked to him since. And I talked to Al about a week before the fight, and I haven't talked to him since.
Okay. And so is the deadline done with that fight? And Tyson Fury is free?
That fight, the deadline was in October. We thought we could do it in December. Mm-hmm. We can't do it in December. Both Fox and ESPN said that you're up against a gazillion conference football championships and 2 NFL games.
Gotcha.
Day.
Okay.
So you can't, the only way you can pay for it is pay-per-view.
Gotcha.
And there was, and we were working with the Raiders and the state of Nevada to get permission.
So we're going to get up to this because I don't know exactly. We're going to get up to this. Coming up, he's going to ask him directly about the arbitration. And you're going to hear Bob Arum say that the arbitration, Wilder lost the arbitration. He said the contract expired, which is the headline in the title on Fred Barbershop's video. Bob Arum, end quote, contract expired. Go inside a Wilder versus Fury contract. He's going to address that right now. This is where the confusion comes in at. This is why I said that this fight is going to go down between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, because Bob Arum said out of his mouth, he's on the inside looking out, that, hey, the arbitration is done. Wilder lost. But that was a lie that Bob Arum said.
Do it for about 10,000 fans
Gotcha.
in our new Elysian Stadium. Mm-hmm. And when we couldn't go December 19th, and that date was good because
get to the point.
What Thursday game on Thursday, so that we couldn't do.
Now, my question to you, Bob, because you said it's all about the Benjamins, right? It's all about the Benjamins, right?
Well, so yeah, exactly. Not for me, understand. Mm-hmm. I mean,
trying to skip around to it.
Not necessarily. I mean, somewhat for me, but a fight between Joshua and Fury, each fighter has an opportunity to make $50 or more million each fighter, because the site fee being offered
or protect the brand.
I really have no idea.
Okay.
Because I tell you
skip it to it. Let me get to it, guys.
I met him on the promotion of the ticket. There were me. We had a couple of, as far as I know, the managers. Pink.
You too, right? Now I don't know what the contracts say, but in terms of being a gentleman, which you are with me all the time, Bob, do you think that Fury should extend an olive branch to Deontay Wilder, even though the contract says what it says?
Well, I think if Fury thinks highly of Deontay Wilder.
Here you go, right here. I found it.
Deontay Wilder extended an olive branch to Tyson Fury. Remember, he was 400 pounds, crack, cocaine, whatever, mental issues, whatever the case may be, right? Or maybe all the above. And Deontay Wilder actually waited for him. Like, hey, brother, it's okay. I'm either going to go to the UK to start the promotional tour for Wilder Fury 2.
I'm going to find it. It's only 8 minutes long.
Now, I don't know what the contracts say, but in terms of being a gentleman, which you are with me all the time, Bob, do you think that Fury should extend an olive branch to Deontay Wilder, even though the contract says what it says?
Well, I think if Fury thinks highly of Deontay Wilder. But
this is the interview where Fury
is antsy and wants to fight in February. And it's not possible to do a Wilder fight. Wants to fight in December, I'm sorry. And it's not possible to do a Wilder fight in December and satisfy the financial demands that fight creates both for Wilder and for Fury.
Gotcha.
Let me get to the part where he say the fight.
They made.
I think it's in the beginning.
$30 million piece.
Good for them.
And all day Fridays turned it around to put some seats on the field, a ring.
Bob Arum, get to the fucking point.
He said, I'm not waiting that long. I'm going to fight in England on December 5.
We're going to get to this. But I want you guys to hear it.
And Joshua wins his fight against Pulev, and I want in the spring.
We're going to let that play until it get there.
Because
Because it's only 8 minutes long, and I don't want to be sitting here waiting, not saying anything.
My question to you, Bob, because you said it's all about the Benjamins, right? It's all about the Benjamins, right?
So
let that go. Let that play. So anyways, this is the video where Bob Arum tells Fred that the contract had expired between Wilder and Fury for the third match. So when I say that there's nothing Wilder can do, this fight is going to happen, it's based on this interview. For what I heard from Bob Arum out. You see what I'm saying?
Each fight.
That's where it comes from. So who the hell I'm going to believe? An alphabet boy or Bob Arum as it relates to this situation?
Okay. Now, the question I want to ask is, do you think, because I know Team Wilder I'm very close in terms of conversation and covering them, right? Do you think from a managerial perspective that the managers intentionally missed that deadline to maybe potentially
we missed it.
Wilder?
We missed it.
And 2 NFL games.
Here you go.
Okay.
We missed it. Here you go right here, guys. Here you go right here.
The only way you can pay for it is pay-per-view.
Gotcha.
And
here you go right here.
And we were working with the Raiders
I just gotta let Bob Arum talk. He talks so damn slow, but he's 90 years old. What the hell I expect?
To get permission.
I'm impatient. I'm impatient in the mud.
10,000 fans.
Gotcha.
In our new Elysian Stadium, and when we couldn't go December 19th,
this must be
that date was good because the Raiders had a
anyways
game on the 17th.
It's coming up now.
We met with Mark Davis and Mark Verdane, great people, and they said, okay, we're playing.
Yeah, he long, man. Bob Arum long-winded.
You want to use
that's my fault, though. I should have been better prepared because it's a short video.
Okay with us.
I should have had a timestamp.
So we would have been we had time, right after that game, had all day Fridays to turn.
But here, go right here. You finna get to it.
To put some seats on the field, a ring in. So that worked.
Who is Joe Strummer?
Then when we couldn't go on the 18th because ESPN and Fox said we couldn't do it, and then we asked them what dates they had, and they gave us. Damn,
Bob Arum winded. It's an 8-minute video, dog. This shit ain't long.
And I talked to Tyson. He said no. He said I'm not waiting that long. I'm going to fight in England on December 5. And
so Fury said that he'll fight in England December 5, but then we both know that he did turn around and say that I'll never fight in the UK again. All right, so that's Fury. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and keep playing this.
If I win that fight and Joshua wins his fight against Pulev, then I want in the spring.
I should have had this time step anyway. You see what I'm saying? But it's coming up somewhere around here. We're at the 3-minute mark.
Now, my question to you, Bob, because you said it's all about the Benjamins, right? It's all about the Benjamins, right?
Well, so yeah, exactly. Not for me. Understand? I mean,
I'm gonna let it go. But anyways, guys, that's the video. We wasting time. That's the video right there where he does say in the video. I heard it. He said that the contract expired. This video is titled that, so you can hear it for yourself. It's an 8-minute video. I'm gonna just go ahead and let it play. You see what I'm saying? But maybe it's in the beginning.
$1 million each fight because
in terms of conversation and covering them, right? Do you think from a managerial perspective?
All right, it must be in the beginning.
Okay, now let's move forward. Let's stay in the heavyweight division. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury.
Let's move up here.
What was the last? Let me ask you this in seconds. What was the last conversation you had with one Shelly Finkel?
Talked to Shelly the night of the fight, and I haven't talked to him since.
Okay. And so is the deadline done with that fight? And Tyson Fury is free?
That fight, the deadline was in October. We thought we could do it in December.
There you go.
We can't do it in December. Both Fox and ESPN said that you're up against.
He said the contract. Let's do it again.
Football. Talked to.
It's about the 41-second mark.
Oh wow.
He said that the contract had expired in October.
Shelly the night of the fight.
So
I haven't talked to him since. And I talked to Al about a week before the fight.
See this one more time?
And I haven't talked to him since.
Okay. And so is the deadline done with that fight? And Tyson Fury is free?
That fight, the deadline was in October. We thought we could do it in December. Mm-hmm. We can't do it in December. Both Fox and ESPN.
All right, so anyways, he said that the deadline is passed on that in October. So what threw me off was this here. If the deadline passed, contract expired in October of 2020, why in the hell is Deontay Wilder taking Tyson Fury to arbitration for an expired contract? It doesn't make sense. And that was always one of my questions. If the contract had expired in October the way Bob Arum said it did, why is Wilder taking Fury to arbitration for a fight that he let expire in October? Somebody's lying somewhere. So apparently Bob Arum was lying when he said that the contract expired in October. That was a lie, apparently. Right. I think that's obvious at this point because Michelle Phelps said that the arbitration, right? The arbitration, can't nobody sign anything with each other. Meaning Tyson Fury and Wilder and Anthony Joshua can't sign no contracts to fight each other because Tyson Fury has an ongoing arbitration with Deontay Wilder. Now, the question I have is this. Mr. Bob Arum, no, Mr. Tyson Fury. I can't even say Frank Warren because Frank Warren ain't really said nothing. How in the hell you are going to try to enter into another fight with Anthony Joshua? You get Anthony Joshua all up in the mix, right? How are you going to try to get into another fight with Anthony Joshua knowing that you have a legal arbitration going on? Well, and I say all that to say this. We knew the arbitration was going on before. Bob Arum said that the contract expired. Now we find out that the arbitration is still going on. Now, Bob Arum went right back on Fred Barbershop, and he said that this fight is the arbitration won't be finalized until May. So don't nobody know what the arbitrator is going to do. Nobody knows. So if nobody knows, you can't make a decision without finding out what the final result is going to be. Now, Alphabet Boys is saying that the arbitrator is going to rule in Wilder's favor. You see what I'm saying? If you're a Fury fan, you're saying that the contract expired. Well, I got some bad news for the Fury fans. The contract didn't expire. It didn't expire. Bob Arum lied on that particular show. He lied about that, right? Now, but we don't know what the arbitrator is going to say. The arbitrator may say, hey, Wilder, you got a valid point. You're going to get some money. It's going to be an undisclosed amount because there's a gag order. Fury can't talk about it, and Wilder ain't said nothing. Why they not talking about it? Because they can't talk about it. Everybody else outside of Wilder and Fury is doing the talking. Do you notice that? You know, Wilder baby mama talking, Wilder homeboy talking, Wilder cousin talking, mama them talking, daddy them talking, antonyms talking, synonyms talking. All the names are talking, right? On the Wilder side, except Wilder. And on the Fury side, Fury ain't really saying nothing. You see what I'm saying? But he's saying that, the contract, or Bob Arum is saying the contract expired. That turned out to be a lie. Now we understand why Frank Warren and Bob Arum was skeptical about this whole fight thing going on. They were skeptical because they know that, hey man, we got an ongoing arbitration going on and Fury really can't fight nobody else until we find out what's going to be the end result of this. Right. This is what Michelle Phelps is saying. She is a credible source. Now, this is another thing that's throwing me off, guys. Mr. Tyson Fury. Mr. Tyson Fury did a video. Remember, he was happy. Remember, Fury was saying that, oh man, I got the contracts today. Charlo, I'm finna get to you right now, brother. Finna get to you right now. All right, here goes Fury. Here goes Fury. Let me do this because I don't want to get a copyright strike from playing it from here, right? I don't want to do that. So let me do it first. I need to get it on my phone. Tyson Fury, come on, man. Because I want to play it from my phone. I can play it from the phone, but I can't play the actual video. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this. All right, cool. So that's Tyson Fury right there. I'm gonna see can I put it up on my phone right quick because I want you guys to hear this. This is the video where Tyson Fury says that he's happy. He received the contracts. Here we go. Here we go right here. Let's go. Commercial. Now, I want you guys to understand where the confusion is coming from. First, we hear 6 months ago that 7 months ago, Wilder has a contract with Fury for the third match. Then, after that, here we go. Let me be quiet.
Just had some big news. 3 or 4 big offers on the table. Interest from Saudi Arabia, my Gypsy brothers in Qatar, Uzbekistan, Russia, America, England. There's some big offers on the table. I'm going to go through them on Sunday. And hopefully we get this big fight on and let me smash this big dosser. A big useless dosser, let me say. Because when I get him, I'm going to give him that.
So now, this is Tyson Fury saying that he was happy. He got the offers from Eddie Hearn. So all of this stuff about when Eddie Hearn didn't deliver the site feed and all of that stuff there, yada, yada, yada. That's a lie from Bob Arum. Tyson Fury said himself that he finally received the offers. So Bob Arum is lying again. So this interview that Bob Arum did, he did this interview with Dan Rafael. He did this interview with Dan Rafael, basically saying that Wilder and Fury fight may happen because Eddie Hearn did not deliver his end of the bargain. They lying.
Here's her. Guest DJ.
Oh, sorry about that song. They're lying. See, they're trying to put this on Eddie Hearn right now. They're trying to put this on Eddie Hearn right now. Listen, Fury said himself that Hearn, he just received he just received the offers. He said he received the offer from Saudi Arabia, United States, the UK, Russia, and another country. I need to play it again here. In another 5 countries. He received 5 offers. What the hell is Bob Arum talking about? Is Tyson Fury lying in this video? Is Bob Arum lying? What the hell is going on? Do you see what I'm saying, guys? It's so much bull going on right now. They're trying to dump it on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn came through. You see what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn came through. How do we know Eddie Hearn came through? Because reports has been that he came through from ESPN and every place else. But forget ESPN. For reports out of Tyson Fury's mouth, his own mouth said that he received the offers. And he can't wait to get his hands on the big dosser, Anthony Joshua. This is what he's saying. Now, my question to Tyson Fury is this. If you receive these offers, like you clearly stated in this video, sir, why in the hell would you talk about entering into a fight with Anthony Joshua, knowing that you will not be able to fulfill that fight because you have this pending arbitration with Deontay Wilder. And you fighting Anthony Joshua is predicated and based on the fact of what the arbitrator is going to say. So that's my whole thing. Now you see where the lies is coming from. Everything is, the lies started with Bob Arum. The lies also started with the Alphabet Boys. Both sides is lying. Anthony Joshua is caught up in the mix of this whole thing, right? He's caught up in the mix of this whole thing. Now, Joshua's going to be fine either way it goes. He make more money than Wilder and Fury together, so it doesn't matter. He's going to probably fight Parker. He's probably not Parker. Alexander Usyk, which I fully expect him to beat. Now I'm going to shut this down, guys. I'm going to shut down this these YouTube videos because I presented Exhibit A, Exhibit B, and Exhibit C. Exhibit A, Michelle Phelps. Exhibit B, Bob Arum saying that the contract expired between Wilder and Fury. And Exhibit C, Fury saying, acknowledging that he did receive the contracts, and he's looking at the offers. And let's remove that right quick. He's looking at the offers, and he'll make his decision by the weekend. That was like a month ago, 4 weeks ago, something like that. About 3 weeks ago. You see what I'm saying? Now, do you guys see what's going on? It's so much shit going on with this. Who do you believe at this point? That's my question. Who do you believe at this point? Tyson, Bob Arum is saying that Eddie Hearn did not come through on his end of the bargain with the psych fee. So we're going to go ahead and probably move on to fight Wilder next. No, Eddie Hearn. No, Bob Arum. Not Eddie Hearn. Sorry about that. Bob Arum is saying this. No, Bob. You may have to go ahead and fight Wilder next anyways because of the arbitration. Don't try to throw that on Eddie Hearn. We're not going to let you do that to Eddie Hearn. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not capping for Eddie Hearn. But I'm saying, Bob, you lied about the contract being expired 6 months ago. Now you're lying, saying that Eddie Hearn didn't come through with the site fee and the location and stuff like that. Where John Fury said they received everything and he's happy all of a sudden, and Tyson Fury said out of his own mouth that he received the contracts. So now, Bob Arum, you're lying again. You, sir, instead of you just coming out saying, hey, you know what, man, we're going to have to fight Wilder anyways because it looks like we may be losing this arbitration. Just say that. Don't try to throw it on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn came through. Now you got the Alphabet Boy community celebrating, doing the Tootsie Roll, one leg up, all that stuff there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, blood, I got you right now. I'm finna drop.
You forgot about this, Coach.
Blood, I got you.
I think you forgot about something, Coach.
What's that? Talk to me.
You remember, if I'm not mistaken, since the last Fury fight, Wilder has had 2 surgeries. If I'm not mistaken.
Retro Boxing. There you go. I dropped the link.
If I'm not mistaken, am I correct, Coach?
Wilder had 2 surgeries. Oh yeah, I forgot all about the surgeries. So yeah. What could
have helped him as far as the arbitration goes is the fact that number 1 is COVID, and number 2, the contract expired because he had to have surgery and he wasn't in position to fight. But right. Since he already had the contract signed, that might have extended the date.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right about that. And I do remember Tyson Fury saying that he agreed to 7 different fight dates last year to fight Wilder, but Wilder kept setting it off, kept putting it off. Because of the surgery. That's what I'm thinking. Right. So this is the thing. But Sheldon, this is the thing. We shouldn't have to be playing goddamn Ben Matlock right now. Barnaby Jones, Cannon, Perry Mason. We shouldn't be trying to figure out what the hell is going on if we just can get. Michelle Phelps said in her interview, I don't know if you guys caught this. She said, if I can, there go my main man Retro Boxing. She said, hold on, blood. She said that she will be able to tell us more if she can get a straight answer from somebody. Notice what she said. Now I listen to words very well. She said, if I can get a straight answer. If she's not getting a straight answer, that means she's getting a crooked answer. And if she's getting a crooked answer, that means it's a goddamn lie in it somewhere. Because you gotta remember too, Coach, that Bob got an ego. Even at 90 years old, right? Bob got an ego. Bob don't want to look like it's not him putting this shit together. So in my opinion, he gonna say anything he can to discredit Eddie Hearn or even Frank Warren. He don't give a damn who it is. Bob wants to look like Bob is Bob. Hey, we're gonna ring the Ali bell. We're gonna ring the Ali bell from my main man. It ain't ringing. Why it ain't ringing? What's going on? Anyways, hey,
Damn, I don't get the Ali Bell, bro. I can't get the Ali Bell, bro.
Man, I'm trying to get it right now, man.
No, I'm just messing with you, coach. It's all good.
Hey, man.
Hey, blood boxing, that's my idea. The Ali Bill is me, man. That's all me.
It's you.
Yeah. He the one told me.
Man, my brother.
Man, what the hell? I mean, listen, man, my thing. I got a little stream deck over here. Hey, God, let me show you what I got, blood. Blood, you have to get you one of these, blood. This is a little stream deck right here, right? Well, yeah, little Elgato stream deck. He put out a little sound effects in it and stuff. Just hit a little button, you know what I mean? Yeah,
sir.
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, blood, man. Go ahead, man. Shut my big ass mouth.
Okay, man. I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Bob Arum is a line promoter. Don King, a line promoter. Whether it was big time or small time, you could take it back to Don Giorgino. All of those guys were. If you're a promoter, you're a liar. You have to have that trait to become a promoter. You have to lie. That's something they do. But when I look at this whole thing, the point that a lot of people are missing is that Tyson Fury said himself that he will never fight Wilder again. He said to us, he'll never fight him no matter what. He'll give that belt up first. He said all of that. And people still forget about those stupid ass allegations that were put out there. And you want this man to go out there and make money with somebody who put out all this dumb shit about him, right? And people, they want to get all sensitive and talk about people need to honor their contracts. These are new boxing fans. Fighters have always, shit on contracts, okay? A lot of Alexis Arguello was really known for shitting and reneging and shitting on contracts. All kind of fighters did that. So why are you trying to hold a different standard to Tyson Fury? That's what shows me that you're a new fight fan, okay? The man said that he's not going to fight Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder put out a whole bunch of allegations. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. And nobody has to apologize to anybody because people come on here every day and give the wrong information. They come out here all the time and mess things up, and they don't ever apologize for it. They come out here and put out all kind of stupid stuff, and then when they're wrong about it, they don't go out and correct themselves. So, shit, I mean, coach, in my opinion, you don't have to say that you was wrong about nothing because these guys do this shit every day. They come out all kind of angles, giving us all kind of fake information and stuff, and they never apologize for it. Okay, so if they was right about one thing, so what? You know what I'm saying? Tyson Fury said that he's not going to fight Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder put a whole bunch of stupid allegations out there. They said that he had something to do with spiking water. They brought down 2 black men in the community, Mark Breland and Sugar Hill, and all of that shit. And to me, I don't care if he ever gets that fight. What does it matter anyway? They could go to a different country and make this fight happen. If the WBC belt ain't on the line, so who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Just go out there and make the fight happen. If it's not for undisputed, it's undisputed in my motherfucking mind. Why even hold it up? Why hold it up? If it's over the WBC and all of that, then shit, move on without the WBC. Take it to some other country somewhere where you don't have to live by all them standards.
Hey, blood, and retro boxing, and another thing too. You make a valid point. The only reason I apologize is because let's say I say something that's wrong in front of everybody that's listening in the chat, right? And you come back and correct me. You say, man, coach, you was wrong about this, and you show me why I was wrong. I was always taught this. If you are wrong in public, in front of people, you need to straighten it in the public in front of the same people that you was wrong in front of. You see what I'm saying? Yes, that's the only reason why I did that. That's the type of person I am. If I do you wrong, blood, and you turn around and say, man, you were dead ass wrong on this, you need to straighten that. I'm the type of guy, you know what, man, you was dead right. So if it was 10 people
that's
out there,
that's called integrity, coach. That's called integrity.
If it was 10 people out there that I wronged you in front of, I have to correct the wrong in front of them so they can see it. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where it happened at. Now, that's the only reason why I apologize.
Stand up about it. Like Sheldon Moore said, it's called integrity. You decided to take a more adult approach about the whole thing. If you're wrong, you admit you're wrong. And I've been like that too. A real man could admit when they're wrong. But you don't have to play by those rules in this environment because you see what this environment is, a circus. People come on here every day and give all kind of false information and act like they're on the inside and all. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody being on the inside. I don't want to hear about your source. I don't want to hear about none of that crap because you don't got shit, in my opinion. You're always talking about some fake ass source. Come on here. Well, my sources told me. Well, who the fuck is your sources? Like, you never been able to explain who your sources is, and even these fighters themselves sometimes don't even know what the hell's going on, man. That's why they get ran over all the time in these contracts and stuff like that. In my opinion, Tyson Fury needs to move on from the whole Deontay Wilder thing. I don't want to put myself back through going through listening to Deontay Wilder's extreme followers with all their dumb allegations and stuff like that. They could take that shit somewhere else. Go and fight Dillian White or somebody like that and let the undisputed fight take place, man. Now, I don't know if arbitration is still going on or not. I'm just as much in the dark as everyone else is who claims that they know this and that. They don't know. Even Bob Arum, he's such a liar, we can't even rely on them to get the information. So we're just kind of sitting here and we just got to wait. Now, ESPN did report on that. You made a great point. When ESPN reported on that, you expect to see, you and Shelton Moore both said that. You expect to see some follow-up. When you report on something from ESPN, a source like that, you expect to see this shit go through, but it might not go through. But it'd be a damn shame. And Tyson Fury said that he will retire before he fought Deontay Wilder again. I think he needs to stick to that. You don't do business with people who trash your name. Fuck that.
Right. But this and Blood, this is another thing to piggyback on what you're saying. What you're right. I probably shouldn't apologize, but I'm gonna say this. All of the other sanctioning bodies, WBO, IBF, WBA, and WBC, they cleared the deck for Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua to fight each other. So if it was so much of false news and propaganda that these guys wasn't going to fight, they lying like the Alphabet Boy channels are saying, why in the hell would the sanctioning bodies say, you know what, Alexander Usyk, you need to go fight Joe Joyce. We're going to clear. We know you're the mandatory to fight Anthony Joshua. We know you're the number one to fight Anthony Joshua. You want to fight Anthony Joshua. But what we need you to do right now, take a chill pill, work something out with Joe Joyce, and let's see what happened with this Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight contract, whatever the case may be. They cleared the deck to allow this to happen, Retro. You see what I'm saying? So it had to be some kind of truth to it that they was really going to fight it, that they're really going to fight each other. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it still could happen, man. I'm just going to wait to hear from someone valid, okay? And ESPN, right, even if they got it wrong, they're still more valid than anybody who's reporting information on the internet. A lot of people, you just have to establish that people are doing this for money. They're doing this to pay their bills and all that kind of stuff. And when they're doing it to pay their bills, in a way, like you always say, Coach, you can't really hate the player. You know what I'm saying? But I can't hate the game because that's what they always told us. Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's some shit they always told us. So that's what we do. We hate the game. Okay, we're not hating nobody in particular for putting out, because we understand that that's your job, that's your income. Don't make it out like it's not, because that's what it is. That's why I don't listen to a lot of that shit, man. It has to be either from the fighters themselves or from ESPN or somebody like that. That's the only way I'll listen to it. I don't want to hear what no reporter has to say. We're all in the dark on this shit. We're not behind.
And remember this, Coach. She said that Bob Arum gave her interview to who? Gave it to Dan Rafael, right?
Dan Rafael, yeah.
Where did Dan Rafael used to work?
He's working for ESPN, right?
ESPN. And ESPN is tied to who?
Oh, yeah.
Top rank. Right. Top rank, right?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So Dan Rafael is going to say whatever Bob Arum tells him to say.
Right, you're right.
Because they got a relationship. You feel
me? Man, I didn't even look at that. Damn, you just opened my eyes to that. That didn't even come to my head until you just mentioned that. Wow, until you just mentioned that. So, but this is another thing that makes me sick too, Retro and Shelton and Bold. Hey, hold on before we go. Blood. Bo, Retro, you going live today?
No, I'm not, man. I'm not doing no more lives, man. I'm gonna just come on y'all's channels and everybody else. No, sir.
Okay. He's not going live today, King Louis. All right, so listen, this is another thing that gets me too. About this whole thing. Why are people so happy that I'm gonna give you a perfect example? This is off topic. Terrence Crawford was rumored to fight Manny Pacquiao. Now, Blood, you know I fuss with Terrence Crawford here. You know this. Everybody know this here. But I'm not going to cap for him. But Crawford hasn't said anything. His camp hasn't said anything. But these other people, other channels who don't like Crawford, oh, if Crawford is chasing Pacquiao for 6 years, I doubt that happens, and he needs to move on and accept 60-40, yada, 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 yada. They was bitter. I saw the lack of vigor, the lack of energy in them when it was rumored and that Crawford was going to fight. Crawford was going to fight Manny Pacquiao in Abu Dhabi. Now, Crawford never said this. Bo Mack never said this, but this was the rumor. As soon as it was reported, oh, well, you know, Mike Carpenter, which ain't no goddamn body, you can't believe shit he say. Now, that's one guy. He might be a blue check on Twitter, but he don't know shit. He lie all the goddamn time. Now, as soon as they say, well, yeah, man, this fight between Terence Crawford is not going to go down. Terence Crawford didn't sign the contract. They went to ripping Terence Crawford. Oh, we knew Terence Crawford ducking Manny Pacquiao. We told you it's not going to happen. These dudes was happy and excited that this fight was not going to happen. Basically, for what they think it's not going to happen. We don't know what the hell is going on, right? And then it's Pacquiao was old. Didn't nobody want to see that fight anyways. Crawford need to move on and stop chasing Pacquiao. Then the same day, the rumor came out that Manny Pacquiao is now trying to go into negotiations with Errol Spence for a July date. Then they got happy. Oh, yes, Errol Spence is going to fight the legend, Manny Pacquiao, and yada, 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 yada. These same dudes that Pacquiao was too old, don't nobody want to see the fight. Crawford was chasing them, yada, 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 yada. They was mad about that fight going down. The same dudes who was happy when they heard that the fight was not going to happen somehow, these same dudes that was happy because of that turned around, was happy that the fight didn't go through, allegedly. The same dude.
Let me interject, Coach. Let me interject right quick. Well, I did hear straight up from an LDBC channel today, and the guy was saying that Crawford was right because what came out yesterday was Manny and Crawford was negotiating for a fight.
Right.
But Manny wanted to give Crawford an 80-20 split.
Right.
Crawford is right. I'm not fighting nobody for no motherfucking 20%. No goddamn body.
No, I was going to get to that, but hold on. Let me get to that. Yeah. Those same dudes was talking as though it was confirmed that Blue Blood, I got to say Blue Blood, it was him. He was the main one that was saying that why would Crawford take an 80-20 split? So he wanted to take an 80-20 split for Manny Pacquiao, but he won't take a 60-40 from Errol Spence. Wait a minute, sir. Crawford never said that he would take an 80-20 split. That's the only problem with that. You are speaking as though what you're saying is factual and actual facts. What you said was not factual and actual facts. If you didn't hear Crawford say, yeah, I'm going to take 80-20 to fight Manny Pacquiao overseas, he never said that. Where are you getting this from? This is my only problem, Retro. Where do these niggas get? I don't mean this. Damn it, calm down. Where are these dudes getting this from? You see what I'm saying? Now, as soon as Pacquiao is rumored to go fight Errol Spence, now they back happy, doing the Tootsie Roll again, one leg up, butterfly, Harlem Shake. They celebrating like the 4th of July. And then when it comes out, when Errol Spence say, look, man, I ain't fighting you, Manny Pacquiao. I'm focusing on Ugas. You ain't got no belt. Now they back, yeah, man, you know what? Yeah, man, Errol Spence, right. Turn him down. He need to fight. He need to see me in his own legacy. Then that same guy, Blue, said, "Yeah, Crawford was right for walking away from the contract." He said that after he learned that Errol Spence said that he was going to turn Manny Pacquiao down. Ain't nobody thinking about Pacquiao. Do you see what I'm saying? As long as it fits the narrative. Listen, these guys, I swear, bro, these dudes are true. These guys change their narrative. They can do a live show and say 5 different things within that live show. What the hell am I to believe? So as long as Crawford, anything dealing with Crawford having a big fight, you're hating on him, it's a problem, you sneak dissing. And then when it don't come through, y'all celebrate. Why? My point is this here. Why I went on this rant? Because I know I can get winded. Why are dudes so happy not to see big fights happen? I don't understand this.
Because they're fans of fighters. They're fans of fighters, and they want their fighter to get all the credit. They want their fighter to get all the accolades and all of that stuff. And when it don't happen for their fighter, that's when they start flipping the script. These guys are wish-washy, man. They flip the script every other day. Certain people on here. And I don't have anything against a hashtag or anything like that. I've been involved in hashtag stuff before. But a hashtag is not for everybody, because if you've been following the sport for a long time, you have to realize that you have to do justice for the sport. And within hashtags are a lot of fanboys, and you know, I can't hang out in that environment because they're not gonna like truth. They don't like truth tellers. When you tell the truth, they don't like that shit. If you're up here and you're telling the truth about the sport and you're not a fan of the fighter, they'll turn on you at the drop of a dime. Okay, so that's why I'm over here linking up with brothers like you, Shelton Moore, people who see it the way I see it. I'm gonna if y'all don't like me, fuck y'all. I don't care. I'm gonna continue to talk boxing like I did 13 years ago. And I'm gonna roll with whoever roll with me. And the way I see it, with all these fighters and all that, these fans of these fanboys, they mess the sport up. They've been doing that since day one, man. Back in the day of Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, they were messing the sport up then. Miguel Cotto and all of that. That's what fanboys do. And I've always had a problem with fanboys. And if y'all can't understand that, then I don't need to be over there nowhere near y'all. If y'all don't get that, I can't be a fanboy. I love the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing is on the decline. And now you got so much other stuff going on with these celebrity boxing matches and all of that. And people not really giving these champions and these fighters the credit that they gave the fighters from the past. Because how can you call somebody a champion when there's some other guy out there he's supposed to fight who's calling himself a champ too? And the UDOS fight, that's unacceptable to me, right? Because the fight that we want as fans, as far as welterweight, is Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. And if you're not giving us that, why should we support you? Why should we continue to put money into your pocket and all of that stuff? You're not giving us what we want. So no, we're not going to make you rich. You go ahead and you chill with your little $8 million, $7 million and see how far you go with that when you're not giving the fans what they want. That's all I got to say. And Deontay Wilder, the whole thing with him, once again, it goes back to these stupid allegations. Tyson Fury, what I heard the loudest is when Tyson Fury said, I'll never fight him. I'll never fight him. I don't care if they strip me or whatever. I'll never fight him. He needs to stick to that because you don't go out there ruining other people's name, bad mouthing them. Listen, coach, if you was doing some business with somebody and he start bad mouthing you, would you continue to do business with them?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I don't get about. I don't know if it's just us brothers in Florida. Shelton Moore, I don't know which state you from, but we don't get down like that down here.
LA.
South Central Los Angeles, baby. South Central Los Angeles. I don't get down like that.
Exactly. So we don't get down like this. So where do these niggas come from to even think that somebody should do business with somebody who trashed their name and all of that stuff?
Hey, Retro, before I go on, hey, man, shout out to my main man, D-Town Blaster, for the $2 super chat, man. I appreciate that, fam. My sound effects ain't working right now. I don't know what the hell wrong with it, but that's neither here nor there. Shout out to my main man, D-Town Blaster, for the super chat. The thing that get me with that is this. What make what you're saying is so toxic, what you just said on Retro, what those guys did, people was getting death threats. Sugar Hill was getting death threats. Mark Breeder was getting death threats behind these fake ass allegations. I can't make this up. I'm watching Fred Barbershop talk a while ago. You had Tay Jones on there. He talking to Sugar Hill. Yeah, I can pull a video. I can show. I was just looking at it this morning. Doing my research. Yeah. I just want to let you know. We know what went on, and you know what's happening. When I see you, face to face, we're gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what's up there. Do you see what I'm saying, blood?
But those guys ain't gonna do. They all talk, man. All they do is blow smoke. That's all YouTube people do is blow smoke on here. They ain't never gonna do none of that stuff. Then when you get to talking to them other places, they don't act like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, they need to cut out all that tough boy stuff, especially when it comes to dealing with guys like us, because we ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Right? We ain't trying to hear none of that.
And here's the thing, y'all. See, I can't stand as a man, right? Just as a grown man, I can't stand a motherfucker that'll sit behind a keyboard in his mama's basement and talk all this tough shit. Because we know for a fact that if I was anywhere in your vicinity, you wouldn't talk to me like that. Exactly. We know that.
Listen.
So they need to cut that out, grow up, be a man, have an opinion, state your opinion, and be a man and be able to agree to disagree. It's not that hard, brother. It ain't that hard.
It's not. And the tough guy stuff they need to stop because we're all from the streets. All of us are from the streets who are on this panel here. We're from the streets. We got street backgrounds. We've been around what they call real niggas or whatever, all that stuff. We've been around all them environments, okay? and y'all bringing that and trying to bring that to YouTube. You think I'm gonna be scared of somebody who got a problem with me of some states over when months ago I had somebody wanting to shoot me who lived in the neighborhood over? Ain't nobody gonna be afraid of that stuff, man. Kill all that tough guy stuff, man. Because ain't no one trying to hear this. You sound like a lame to me. Nobody should be on here threatening nobody's life either. That's some low life stuff. But black people, we attack each other more than we attack white people. We attack each other all the time. Just go look at some of these characters. All they want to do is expose each other and talk bad about each other and all of that. And even their enemy is not even the white man; it's themselves. That's who we are.
And this is the thing that got me right. This what made me start my channel. I said, man, what kind of stuff? How are you going to threaten people? You know, wish that, Drew Titan. Yeah, man, I wish I ain't gonna lie to you, Sugar Hill. I wish your ass would got burnt up in the car fire for what y'all did to Deontay Wilder. This what made me mad. This Fred Barbershop is sitting there smiling, laughing. There's no way in the hell I'm going to have Shelton Moore, my main man Blood, Retro Boxing, Bold, anybody come on this show. And we invite someone to come on, and they supposed to be interviewing Blood and Shelton, and then he's threatening you. Yeah. Off rip. This is what I'm going to do. Hold on, Playboy, hold on. What you're not going to do is come on this platform and disrespect and threaten any of my guests. Now, if you have a problem with him, that's your problem. But you're not going to use my platform to do that. I'm not going to be sitting here smiling and not bobbing my head up and down. That was some whole ass shit that Fred did. And if I ever saw him, I would tell him that. I said, listen, bro, how you let that happened twice? You let Tay Jones come on there and threaten Sugar Hill, and then you let Drew Midget come on there and was deaf on him. And he sat there both times smiling, sniggling, and giggling. And then you wonder why Kenny Porter smushed him in his face when he saw him.
Well, let me explain something to you, Coach. Let me explain something to you. Sometimes these people who are so-called quote-unquote journalists, right?
What?
They trade their integrity for access. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because Andre Ward basically called out Fred on that as well. He told Fred he ain't nothing but an opportunist.
Yeah, man. I mean, you see what I'm saying, Bo? Like, I would never do that. You're not gonna come on this show and disrespect anybody on the panel. Matter of fact, you gonna have a problem with me when you do that. Hey, look, dog. Right now, I'm feeling some type of way about that. You dead ass wrong. You need to apologize, or we gonna disconnect this. We gonna disconnect this right now. You can't come on here no more. I don't give a damn who you is. You're not gonna disrespect any guest. You're not gonna disrespect Bold. Not gonna disrespect Retro. Not gonna disrespect Shelton Moore. You're not gonna disrespect anybody. Come on here, yo. When I see you, you know what time it is, and yada 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 yada. Nigga, what time?
But they would do that to a black guy, but they won't do that to nobody white or anyone else.
But these dudes supposed to be pro-black. That's what
I know, but that's how they are. That just shows you because see the thing about laptop revolutionaries and black power pimps, they're more aggressive. If you see that nature, if they're more aggressive towards black people, that's a true sign that they're a black power pimp or one of these type of people, these laptop revolutionaries, because they're always more aggressive towards black people.
Yeah, man. I mean, it just, and that's what made me start this channel.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Black,
go ahead, Bo. Go ahead, Bo.
You said laptop revolutionary.
That's what they are. You sir, laptop revolutionary. They never tell you to go kill Coach. When Zimmerman did that stuff, they'll tell us, hey, Zimmerman, why are you attacking black people when Zimmerman is still alive and all that kind of stuff? Yeah, they attack black people every day and call them Uncle Toms and coons and don't know them and call them all kind of stuff. How do I know you're not a coon? How do I know that you didn't skin and grin on your job? I mean, you don't got your own business if you up here on YouTube. You're still working for the white man. So what the hell are you talking about, my nigga? You can't tell me that.
Coach. Hey, fellas, everybody here probably know what I'm talking about. What you just described, Coach, that's the definition of a buster. You know what I'm saying? A buster ass motherfucker is the type of motherfucker who'll fuck with somebody who we know ain't gonna fight back. But the motherfucker that might do something to him, he gonna be skinning and grinning and be nice to that motherfucker because there's consequences behind that.
Wait, Paul.
And them dudes is busters. They straight busters.
Hey, Retro. Let me just clear this up. Paul CX. Paul CX say that Retro, you're making it sound like you want people to hate white people. Strange sounds like you're pushing the idea of hating someone because of their skin color.
No. I do not feel that way. I've said it before. Listen, I have friends that are white. I still have white friends. I mean, I was roommates in college with a white guy who we're real good friends. I grew up around white people. I've worked on these jobs. I've worked in factories around rednecks, all that kind of stuff. I went fishing with them. I went to their house to watch football at white people's house and all kind of stuff. I'm cool with white people, just as long as they cool with me and they don't come and calling me no nigga or nothing like that. I'm good with them, man. I hang out with them before some of these bust ass laptop revolutionaries. And I'll tell you that for a fact. I'd rather hang out with a guy with a rebel flag on his truck than hang around ththese laptop revolutionaries because they're fake and they busters. At least I know who that guy with that rebel flag
you know who it is. Hey, listen, and Paul CX, I'm gonna break this down for you. It's not that Retro is talking about hating white people. He's making a point. The point is this. Listen, I am a former Marxist, Black Panther / and then I was in the NOI, Nation of Islam, for 23 and a half years. So I'm very well versed when it comes to the race hustle. Trust me, I was taught by the best. So what he's saying is this. These guys are supposed to be pro-black. They are supposed to love their own people, right? And we're taught in the Nation of Islam, when I was in it, that the white man was the devil. Now, I know that's some BS, but I'm just saying that's how my mind was. But these guys, if these people are supposed to be your enemy, why are you showing so much energy and vigor and towards against your own kind, the people who you are supposed to be pro for? But then when you see the guy who quote unquote is white, who was supposed to be the enemy, you don't that energy, you don't keep that same energy. It's you that's what he's saying. He's not advocating to attack white people because that's ignorant. That'll be wrong. You see what I'm saying? That's how I was raised. I was raised that way. You see what I'm saying? And I was raised wrong, right? Because my mom, the era that she grew up in, and then what I came up in, being taught from, it's all that stuff there. That's what he's saying. He's not saying that to attack white people. I don't want anybody to feel that way because we're not promoting that here. We're not promoting attacking anybody. We're just saying that these guys talk all this revolutionary black power stuff, but all their anger, vigor, threats, violence is towards black people. Right. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
Stand on your motherfucking square. Stand on your square. If you say something, stand by it and live and die by it. Anything I say to anybody once, I can say it again. I don't give a fuck who it is. So if you're going to say something, stand by that. Be a man. That's all he's saying.
Right. And you see, I dropped the video a couple days ago talking about race baiters. Why did I do that? Race hustlers. Why did I do that? Because I come from the race hustling background. You see what I'm saying? I thank God I'm not trust me, I just woke up 6 years ago. I just came up out of my coma 6 years ago at 41 years old, and I'm 47. I just came up out of my coma 6 years ago. Literally. You see what I'm saying? So it took me 20 some years to get my damn mind back. Hey, listen, I was angry every day, bitter, mad, every goddamn thing. Couldn't really enjoy life like I was supposed to because I'm a revolutionary 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I didn't like my teeth because they was white. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's ignorant stuff like that. So I'm just saying, that's not what he's advocating, Paul. I hope that cleared it up, but that's not what he's advocating. I know exactly where he was coming from.
Yeah, you're right, Coach. Yeah. Everything you said is right. That's exactly how I feel. Yeah, we don't promote that. We're not trying to hate on white boxing fans or white people or anything like that. We're just holding these guys to their standards. You said you have a pro-black agenda and this and that, but yet you attack black people more than anyone else. And that's all of these guys on YouTube, whether it's in the boxing community or not, they all do it. All of them got a real agenda against their own. That's the way it always is. Attacking each other, calling each other Uncle Toms, sellouts, and all of that. And they ain't never did nothing to prove they saw it.
Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's a cultural thing, Sheldon. It's more of a cultural thing. Like, the Black American culture is messed up because we promote all the negative stuff. The real niggas, the street dudes, he thugging, he keeping it real. And the person that has the education, that speaks articulate, that looks like us, we look down on him. You know what I mean?
That's taking care of their family. That's working every day. That's feeding their kids. That's doing the right thing. That's staying out of trouble. Motherfuckers don't like that. But see, you got to remember something, blood. Coach and Bo, we come from a different era. We weren't taught the things that these kids are taught nowadays. We was taught that going to jail and hanging out in the street, we was taught that shit was bad.
Right.
These motherfuckers nowadays think that shit is cool. It's fly. Look at the pictures you see on the Instagram. You got the dude that's supposed to be a world champion boxer. He hanging out with a motherfucker that's known to do drugs, that's known to drink, sipping on lean. He hanging out with this dude and kissing him on the neck and all this old weird ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's a new generation, and I have to learn. I'll speak for myself. I have to learn that I gotta accept these weirdos for who they are, because that's who they are.
Right.
That's who they are.
Hey, I got it.
And then they want to come out and tell us something. They want to come out and tell us, hey, do this and that. Don't say that to, you wouldn't say it because you wouldn't say it to their face and all that. Nigga, you grew up on the internet. You grew up your whole time on the internet, and you're gonna come and tell me about saying something to somebody's face. You guys don't know nothing about that, because the era you came up in, most of your interaction has been through, starting with MySpace to Facebook to all this other stuff. So shut the fuck up if you're a youngster. Shut up.
Yeah.
And let me say this, Coach, so everybody can hear it. Let me say this and keep it clean so everybody can hear it. Me, myself, I'm not scared of no 147-pound motherfucker. No 180-pound motherfucker. No 180-pound motherfucker. No 200-pound motherfucker. I ain't scared of nothing. So whatever, like I said before, anything I say to anybody, I can say it to their face and I can say it again.
And listen, and this is the thing. This is the thing too, right? That's so funny about this. You know, because bro, I got so much heat from making this video about Errol Spence. And I went at 3 people. I went at 4 people. I said Errol Spence, I said Tank Davis, and Adrian Broner, and I said Tyson Fury, right? All 4 of them had one thing in common. They was kissing on men. Fury has done it plenty of times.
Stop that shit, Coach. Stop that shit.
I can't condone that. Now listen, if that's what you do, I ain't knocking what your lifestyle is, because I have family members who go on the other side of the fence. If Tyson Fury bisexual, okay, that's his thing. You see what I'm saying? But now, but Errol Spence, I got so much heat for the Errol Spence, bro. Y'all have no idea. I can show you comments, hey, bro, because you know how YouTube, when you have comments, they have a filter to where if someone say certain words, they will. When I go to my section of comments that have been filtered out by YouTube, you guys have no idea the threats that I get from pro PBC fight fans, pro Errol Spence fans, pro
I know about it. I get the same thing, man. I get the same shit. I know what you're talking about.
Bro, listen. Bro, I get called elf niggas, BITCAs. When I see you, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing, bro. Listen, I've been on YouTube for forever. I've been on here for like 14 years, okay? And I've been dealing with guys. I've dealt with guys who went even as far as to get my IP address. I've had my computer hacked like 3 times. You know, they do all kind of crazy stuff. But yet, nobody's ever pulled up on me. And if they do, they better have their guard up right away. Because the minute I know they're from YouTube, I'm swinging on them. Because that's a death threat. That's a death threat. I got to stand my ground, bro. If somebody come up to me talking about they from YouTube, hey, why you say something? I'm putting them these hands or my pistol on them. It's just that simple, bro. I'm just telling you the truth.
Hey, and we're in Florida too. This is stand your ground state. So, hey man, good luck. Hey, good luck with that. Yeah, man. I'm come to Miami. I'm gonna pull up. I say, hey man, listen, brother. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. That's all I can say. Good luck with that, bro. I ain't gonna be sending no threats or nothing, but. Hey man, good luck with that.
Hey, Coach, I let a motherfucker know all the time. I'm in South Central. I'm in the hood all the time. I ain't hard to find. If you really want to come find me, I ain't hard to find.
Hey, Sheldon. I lived over there by South Central. I'm finna tell you where I stayed at, because I have family from the South Central. I lived between Adams Avenue. Want to make sure I'm saying this right? Adams and Western Avenue, right? I lived on the street on the corner of 24th and Cimarron. It's right between. Yeah,
that's over there by Marvin Gaye house. Yeah, that's where
Marvin Gaye got killed at. Yeah, Marvin Gaye got killed.
That's called Sugar Hill. That's where the rich niggas live.
Man, that's where I lived at, man, for like a whole year and a half, man.
Yeah, I'm down the street. I'm down the street from you, Coach. I'm on 59th and 7th Avenue.
Right by the 10. The 10 right there too.
Yeah. The 10 is over by Figueroa. I'm over there by Crenshaw and Slauson. I'm right around the corner. I'm on 7th Avenue. 3 blocks away from me is Crenshaw. Slauson is the street right in front of me. That's my main street, and Crenshaw's across the street. I'm right on 59th and 7th Avenue.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. So I miss LA, man. I had some kids pull up on me. That was like 13 years old. Retro, I gotta tell you this, Sheldon. I gotta tell you this. I had some kids pull up on me in the alley. Because I was going to the spot to get me a little something, to smoke, and they threw some gang signs up on me, man, and one had a pistol. He didn't pull it out, but he had a pistol. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I was afraid. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. And I was afraid because I'm like, God, it was just the fact that these are little kids. I'm like, damn, ain't no telling what the hell they're gonna do.
You don't got I
ain't know what they was gonna do. Like, God damn, But I went
to that's what you gotta see in the streets. That's what you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for these little 13-year-old niggas with these backpacks on these bicycles, because they got big hammers in them motherfuckers, and they will blast your ass because they ain't trying to fight you.
Right. So, but they didn't bother me. They just threw their signs up. I went to talking. And they knew I wasn't from there because I sounded so country. They're like, "Oh man, you ain't from here." So I'm like, "Look, dude, I don't do no gang. I don't gang bang. You know what I mean?" And my families was Hoovers and damn, what's the no? I think it was Hoovers. But I was in that area was a blood neighborhood I was in though. I think that's
that's the 20s. Yeah, that's around the 20s right there. That's the 20 bloods. 20 outlaws, neighborhood 20s. That's the Don Move.
That was a blood neighborhood. But my family,
I'm over in the 60s, but I know a gang of Hoovers because I did time with a gang of Hoovers. I know all the Hoovers, Hoover Jack, Hoover Bam. I know all them dudes.
Right. So, but they got along. Like my family was Crips and the guys were Bloods, but everybody got along. It was like it wasn't none of this because they knew each other. Everybody knew each other. Everybody got along, and
everybody grew up in the same neighborhood. You've been growing up these dudes in the sandbox.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I was like, man, But yeah, man, I'm just saying, like. These guys, listen, man, let's keep it peaceful. Hey, Blood. Hey, Retro.
Yo, I had to come off mute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, listen, man, listen. You here in Florida with me, man. I share a little something with you, man. I don't listen. I know you heard of Lake Butler before, have you?
Yeah, Lake Butler, hell yeah.
Up in the Panhandle, I've been there. I just say that I've been there a couple times. I just say that,
man. Lake Butler, I know Lake Butler very well, actually, man. There's a big difference between North Florida and South Florida. That's why I know it's like, there's still a big difference with the dynamics of North Florida and South Florida. Somewhat, I think South Florida is more diverse than North Florida because North Florida, all you got is pretty much woods, a bunch of white and black people. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, North Florida is a lot. South Florida is a lot more conservative. So it's more of a melting pot. Everybody's here. Yada yada yada. When you start going further up north, like the Tampa area, it's more conservative. No. South Florida is more liberal. Sorry about that. It's more liberal. It's more liberal. Pretty much democratically ran, stuff like that. Once you get like up in the northern Florida area, like Hillsborough County, Tampa, stuff like that, it's more conservative. So
hey, Coach and Blood, y'all in Florida, right?
Yeah, we're in Florida. Yeah.
Y'all do the fights, man?
Do we go to any of the fights that are featured over here?
That's close in your area. That's close in your area.
Yeah, I used to go to the fights when Winky Wright and them was fighting. When it was Winky
Wright,
Harvard, Roy Jones. I've been to a lot of Roy Jones, Jeff Lacey. So I would go to Tampa and see all of those guys when they were fighting in Tampa. But in the most recent years, I haven't been to as many events. I used to go to.
No, I was just asking. I was just asking because I'm gonna be out y'all's way on the 26th. I'm going to that Tank Barrios fight.
Yeah, you're going to Georgia. You're going to Atlanta. That's where that fight is going to be at. The 26th. Yeah, listen, man. I'm gonna go to that fight. I'm gonna be there because I want to see. I haven't been to a boxing match, in probably like maybe 2 years now. A couple years now. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to that. I want to go to that fight. I'm gonna give you my phone number. Just hit me up.
Yeah, because I already got my room booked. I just can't get the tickets because the tickets don't go on sale until it's a month out.
Right. I want to see
that before that fight happened, Coach.
Yeah, it's on Retro.
June 26th.
It's on the 26th of
June 26th. Yeah.
So it's 2 months away.
Yeah, I might try to come on out there, man, because that's not too far. It's only take me about 6 hours to get to Atlanta.
Yeah, I have so you on what you in Tampa area?
I'm in Gainesville. I'm up north.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're in Gainesville. Okay, yeah. Okay, so listen, doggone, yeah, man, because I have a cousin. He has a big ass house there. He has a huge house. He has a huge house in Atlanta. He has a huge house in Atlanta. So
they
I was saying that, so maybe we can link up, man. We can link up and chop it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going by myself, so we can link up and chop it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My wife don't want to go, so I got to go by my goddamn self.
Yeah,
that's all right. I have some for you, Coach. I have some for you to both of y'all, you and Shelton. You know, if y'all want to smoke on some or drink, I'll have it.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hey man, absolutely, bro. Listen, so this what I'm saying, man. Like, listen, bro. Like this what we should be doing. We should just be, man, just chilling and just trying to push, promote the sport of boxing. You know, all this other stuff, man. We just need to leave that out of there, man. And that's like, I don't like all the other stuff that I see. Let's just focus on the sport of boxing. Let's grow the sport. Is what we're doing. Is what Retro. Like, listen, Retro. Let me tell you something, bro. I was on your channel about 2 days ago. I was watching what's the guy name? Went to the heavyweight that went to prison. Start with a Buche.
I'd be a peachy.
Bro, I watched that whole video.
Ike was a monster, bro. Ike was a monster.
I say, man, this dude has a treasure trove of just classic fights, bro. I say, man, you have a plethora of videos. I say, man, I get to do my research just right here.
Hey, let me do a plug real quick, man. I got a Marvin Haggler documentary coming out on Retro Boxing and Documentaries. So everybody who wants to know really what happened with Marvin Haggler, I'm going to go over starting from his childhood all the way through his 1970s rise to the top, okay? I'm going to talk about all his fights from year one all the way up to 1979, and then we're going to do another documentary. So subscribe to Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Thanks a whole lot.
You know, I'm already subbed. You know, I was hollering at you this morning, Retro.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed too.
Yeah, I have 2 channels. I have another channel called Blood Boxing. A lot of people don't even know that Retro and Blood Boxing are the same person. Like, I get that question every day. Like, oh, I didn't know you was Blood Boxing. You sound like, or people will come over to Retro and say, man, you sound just like Blood Boxing or something like that. I'm like, well, shit, I am Blood Boxing. You know,
Yeah. I ain't know that. I ain't know that till just now. like when you came on, because like I've been on your channel a couple of times, Blood. But like when I came on and I saw Retro, I was like, damn, boy, I sound just like Blood, man.
Yeah, I get that every day. So it's like, it's just okay with me because, see, I've been on YouTube for a long time, but for years, I didn't really upload a whole lot. I've never been a daily uploader, and I never kept more than 4 or 5 videos on my page at a time. So I was never really trying to blow up too much on YouTube because I used to work for the state, and I used to be scared that, you know, it was going to get back to the state that I was out here talking all this trash and this and that. But I don't work for them no more, so I can say what I want now. And, you know, it's you know, but I just like coming on, and I love to interact with boxing fans. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, read that comment, Coach. Read that comment.
Well, Nelly Fuller Jr. Nelly Fuller, yeah, I read a couple of his books. Coach, the Alphabet Boys have got their tickets refunded now that they heard that you're going. It's bad news for them. Hey, no, man, we, I don't promote that, you know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is, man. I don't promote that though. But I know you're just joking though, Neely. I know you're just joking. I mean, they shouldn't, do you? You know what I mean? But I want to go to that Tank Davis fight. I do want to see that fight. You know, I want to be able to get a bunch of pictures and go live and on the phone.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
You know where I'm going.
Just the whole experience.
You know where I'm going. I'm going because I got Tank getting his ass whooped.
Oh yeah. You pick it out, yes. Hey, Metro, what you think, man? Shelton said that Tank gonna get whooped.
I think it's possible because I think that Tank is highly overrated and he's moving up 2 divisions, I guess. Still, Tank Davis is one of those guys because he's under the Floyd Mayweather banner, he gets a lot of these fanboys and fangirls following him. And he's one of those guys who have those fans that take it all personal when you have something to say about him or when you want to criticize him for all the dumb shit that he does outside of the ring and stuff like that. And he ain't never did nothing great inside the ring. He ain't beat nobody that's a Hall of Famer. He ain't beat nobody who I see as a future Hall of Famer. So I think that at 140, we might see something different. I'm going to favor Tank to win, but, because I don't know much about the other guy at 140. They say he's the truth, though. I don't know as much about him as y'all do, because I'm not going to lie. And some of these modern fighters, I don't follow them as closely as I did 10 years ago, because there's too many belts out there, too many. The rankings are fake. I have a problem with the fake rankings with all the multiple belts. I can't keep up with all these guys. I didn't even watch the ring. I don't watch none of that stuff this weekend. I watched the UFC. I was too busy watching the UFC, which I've never picked the UFC over boxing. But now I'm getting to the point to where, I don't care about any of these fights that they got coming forth. I still have not watched the fights from this past weekend. So I don't know. I wish him well. I'll watch the fight, but I'm not going to pay pay-per-view for it. I'll be live streaming it. I'll tell you that.
I'm definitely not paying pay-per-view to see no
Andy
Ruiz fight Chris Arreola. I mean,
hell no.
No.
Hey, I think Bo might buy it though.
Nah, man. I go to crackstreams.com, man. Crackstreams.com.
Exactly. There's all kind of sites out there now. Just type in your search engine sites similar to First Row, and you'll see about 35 of them pop up. And all you got to do is click out on one or two ads, put it in the big screen and stuff. It's not quite as HD as you had to think, but there's all kind of stuff out there. Nobody needs to support it. Just do it for the principle. Don't support to let them know that they're doing bad business. Even if it's just to let them know that they're doing bad business, y'all might have the money to give it to them, but don't do it because it's doing bad business for the sport of boxing. They need to learn that we are the lifeline of the sport. We're the flood that flows through the sport. The fans, it's always been that way. All right. So that's why I'm not going to support them. You're not.
That's right.
Floyd Mayweather came off of the social media platform because it was something new. Okay, it's something that he kind of created. He was just in his prime at the right time. Okay, to take advantage of that. But no one's going to get away with that again. That's why Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford guys, they can't be Floyd Mayweather. They don't got the net worth. They don't got the clout. Okay, they should be fighting each other. In my opinion, neither one of these guys should be trying to fight Manny Pacquiao anyways.
Pacquiao should just go ahead and retire because he has nothing else to prove in the sport. He's one of my favorite fighters. At this point, what's the point? You work for over $200 million. Your legacy is cemented in the sport of boxing, and the cement is dry. Why are we hearing about you trying to fight Crawford, or maybe you want to fight Spence? Both of them would kill you in the ring. Both of those fighters would be the brace off of Manny Pacquiao. And Manny Pacquiao is a legend. But let's be real. Crawford will kill him, and Errol Spence will probably beat him to death. You see what I'm saying? So at least with Errol Spence, he got a chance of going 12 rounds because Errol Spence did go 12 rounds with Mikey Garcia. Crawford ain't going to stop him. Crawford ain't going to be no 12 rounds. There ain't going to be no 12 rounds. He ain't getting paid for overtime. He like, listen, if I can get him out of there, I'm going to get him out of there. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen to Manny Pacquiao. Listen, you're a senator, sir. You're a senator in the Philippines. You do a lot for your people. You came up from nothing. You have nothing else to prove. Let these young dudes fight and get it on. And this is another thing. Check this out. Retro, Bo, check this out. Now, we're just going off of the speculation, what we hear. This fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, one guy has 3 belts. One guy has 1 belt. They agreed, according to what Eddie Hearn said, this is going to be a 50-50 fight. So, and last time I checked, Anthony Joshua is way bigger than Errol Spence, not just from a size standpoint, but from a draw standpoint, popularity standpoint, and everything, right? And Tyson Fury has 1 belt. If AJ and Tyson Fury can agree to say we're gonna fight 50-50, AJ didn't say, well, I got 3 belts, you got 1, I ain't gonna give you 50%. If they can do that, why in the hell Errol Spence can't do that?
Because I'll tell you why, man. I think Errol Spence is ducking the smoke, man. Because Errol Spence gave Mikey Garcia, who didn't even fight at welterweight prior to their fight, 50-50. he gave Sean Porter 50-50. And that's the same guy that Errol Spence said Sean Porter can't sell out a family barbecue, but yet he gave him a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to Terrence Crawford, all of a sudden he won a 70-30 a dude. He won an 80-20 a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. See, with Fury and Joshua, right? Both of them dudes want to fight. Right. And Joshua want to fight so bad that he don't give a fuck. 50-50, fine. I want to fight.
I want to fight. Because Joshua want that belt.
He wants that belt.
He wants to be undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, right?
Exactly.
And the only way that's going to happen. Go ahead.
You see, with Spence, I say this all the time. Now, I'm going to say this, and people going to say I'm crazy, but I'm going to say it one more time for people who didn't understand it when I said it the first time. Errol Spence is the unified welterweight champion of the world. Am I right?
That's correct.
In the 147-pound division, he can make any fight that he wants to make if he wants to make it. Right. So that should be the answer to your question right there. Right. Why do I have to chase you? If you really want this fight, just make it. I guarantee you Terrence Crawford will show up.
And this is the thing. Crawford has been in welterweight for 3 years. 3 years. When he first came, I'll never forget when they first had the encounter together 3 years ago. He said, listen, man, I was calling you and Keith Thurman out when I was at junior super welterweight, the junior welterweight. Y'all said I ain't fought nobody. I need to get a belt. So I moved up. My first fight at welterweight, I fight this huge dude named Jeff Horn. Not only do I beat him, I stop him. The guy who beat Pacquiao, I stopped him and took the belt. So I won a belt. My first fight in the welterweight division. Now, then you say, well, I ain't fought nobody. You see what I'm saying? Now, once I win the belt, I ain't fought nobody. I ain't did nothing. Yada, 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 yada. He said, man, y'all keep moving the goalposts. So now, when Crawford says he done with chasing Errol Spence, he done with his Spence fight, now, he ducking. He don't want the smoke. The man been chasing a nigga for 3 years. If you been chasing a dude for 3 years and the dude telling you ain't fought nobody, you on the wrong side of the street, you sleeping on the wrong side of the apartment, you in the backyard and I'm in the front yard and this and that.
All that, coach, is code for I don't want to get my ass whooped on national television.
Man, you ain't say that for Mikey Garcia. You ain't say that for Danny Garcia. You ain't say that for damn Sean Porter. You ain't say that when you fought doggone Lamont Peterson. Yeah, all of a sudden, this slim, skinny, dog-skinned dude from Omaha, Nebraska, who's supposed to ain't fought nobody, who's supposed to got a garbage resume, who's supposed to ain't really done nothing in the sport of boxing. When it comes to this guy, all of these fighters want career paydays. They want money that they never made before to fight this guy.
Don't that tell you something? I say it all the time, right? If he's so weak and he's so small and he ain't fought nobody and he ain't shit, then why ain't nobody rushing over there to go get that fucking strap?
They know they can't beat him. He brings something different to the table. He fights out the southpaw. He fights out the orthodox. He knows how to fight tall. He has power. He stops his opponents. He picks them apart. He's a ring technician. All the things that fighters want to stay away from. So all of a sudden now they apply all these standards to him that they're not going to apply to lesser fighters, which that's a tactic that was utilized by Floyd Mayweather. You know, these guys are trying to utilize and say that they're this A side and this big branded guy that they're not. When Floyd Mayweather was saying this kind of stuff, he was worth over $100 million. For a long time, he was worth about $120 million because I used to look and see how much he was worth since he talked all that shit. So I get on Celebrity News and I'd be like, damn, well, is worth a whole lot more than these other guys, like significant. I'm not talking worth, and to make it so bad, Errol Spence is worth $1 million less than Terrence Crawford. Both of them been in the game a long time. Both of them in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? This guy had 28 fights in his 30s, 31 years old, and has 28 fights. You got
he got 28 or 27.
Almost a decade younger, and he got the fights he got. Ain't nothing great about him. And then his fans go around and say that his opponents are future Hall of Famers, guys like Lamont Peterson. You don't even have Simon Brown for the Hall of Fame. Guys like Simon Brown, who had 9 defenses of the IBF title. Okay, look how long it took for them to get Donald Curry in the Hall of Fame. Man just got in, what, 2017, 2018?
Come on, man. Tell them. They don't know. Tell them.
Hall of Famers. Even Errol Spence himself is not a future Hall of Famer in my eyes until they put Simon Brown and some of the guys who have more defenses than him in there. And I don't want to hear nothing about no damn Hall of Fame.
Man, listen, hey, Big Blood. In retro, I got to call it like I said. The main guy I heard pushing this was Blue Blood Sports TV.
Nah, blue balls.
Blue balls. The future Hall of Famer. What do you say? Future Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Swift Garcia. You know, two division world champion.
Let me tell you something about Blue Blood, though, bro. Blue Blood is a good guy, man. He really is.
He is a good guy.
He's a good guy. He just he's real strong in his stance, and that's why he was able to go over there and beat that guy Kurt up. You know, what's his name? The guys that y'all counterpunch. His name Counterpunch or something.
Yeah.
He was able to go over there and beat up Counterpunch because Blue Blood is really good at making his point. Okay, he's really good at this shit. So, you know, and really, Blue Blood doesn't have the big ego that a lot of other guys have. Okay, and that's why he's so successful, because he really doesn't. He has an indirect way of discrediting the fight. He'll do it in an indirect way. I love Blue Blood. We're good friends, me and Blue Blood. We call ourselves the Blood Brothers. But I don't have no problem with anybody who has something against what he said. You know, at one point, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for some smoke, coach, the one you need to go to is Blue Blood, because he's the one who's going to have the guts to come onto your platform. I'm here to tell you, that's the one right there that you're going to have to go to if you want some smoke.
I like Blue. People heard me say this on this channel. Out of all of the alphabet boys, Blue is the one that I like the most. You know what I mean? He's biased as hell now. And he be lying on the show because he capped for Wilder and Errol all the time, but he's consistent with it. You know what I mean? But he's very, he don't have a bad spirit. You see what I'm saying?
No, he doesn't.
Right.
He's not like Drew and some of these other guys, you know, who want to be they fake John Gotti's and Sammy the Bulls, and you know,
there ain't no John Gotti's on here. There ain't no John Gotti. There ain't none of that shit on
Damn show ain't.
All of those guys
ain't.
making power moves. There ain't no John Gotti's on no damn YouTube.
Hey, if you let Fanon tell it, man, he said they got guns and everything.
Yeah, he's a crib.
Stuff, man. Fanon, I've been show with Fanon for years, and I'm not talking bad about him. You know what I'm saying? I was on the show with him called OG Boxing Talk, and Fanon, man,
I remember that.
He likes to, he likes to. He's one of those type of guys who'll debate you, and he'll have you talking about some other shit. When he'll use wordplay on you and stuff like that. He's one of them type of guys. You gotta watch him. But I think if you really want the smoke, to fight Blue Blood will probably be the one to take you up. He'll probably be the one. I'm here to tell you.
Right. Because the only thing I'm gonna stick to is we're gonna bring up all of the contradictions with the Wilder. We're gonna bring up the stuff, whatever the topic may be. You know what I mean? Because I was on the debate team in high school, so I know that we're having a debate or whatever the case may be. What is the topic going to be? You do your research and you lay your claim. You know what I mean? I get a time. I'm gonna speak. You get a time. You're gonna speak. Then I get a time to counter what you say. You get a time to counter what I say, and then that's it. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be respectful because I got a great deal of respect for Blue. You know what I mean? But when he told Kurt that Wilder offered Fury, Wilder offered Joshua $50 million, and Eddie Hearn confirmed that the $50 million was true. Everything was there. That was a bold-faced lie.
Hey,
that was a bold-faced lie.
Hey, Blood, but the thing is, Blue does be spinning some narratives, man. He told Kurt that Sugar Ray Robinson started the A-side, B-side thing when they was in a debate, and I was just sitting up here like, I was like, did he really say Sugar Ray Robinson?
No.
Like he actually said that and whatnot.
No. Well, let me tell you about that. See, what Sugar Ray Robinson used to do is he used to have these fights, okay? And then he knew that they had already come out to see him. So he'll sit in the locker room and say stuff like, give me more money or else I'm not coming out. I need another $1,000, $2,000 and stuff like that. But he would never say, I'm the A side to get out of a fight. Somebody needs to give me an example of Sugar Ray Robinson using A side to basically talk his way out of a fight. It's a whole different thing what Sugar Ray Robinson was doing. It wasn't A-side, B-side politics. They knew Sugar Ray Robinson was the A-side. He had a way of getting money out of the promoters and out of the mob. He wouldn't really cooperate with the mob even on a lot of shit. So he was just a hard guy to deal with being hard to deal with doesn't have anything to do with A-side, B-side politics.
Hey, listen, Sugar Ray Robinson, my favorite fighter. Like, he's my all-time great favorite fighter, Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I mean? So, when he said that, I say, bro, I'm like, how you don't check him on that? Like, listen, you're not gonna just tell me anything. Okay, well, where you get that from? Where's your primary source of information where you got that from? Like, show me where you got that from. Because Sugar Ray Robinson ain't never said I'm the A side. As a matter of fact, if you want to fight with me, I'm the A side, and I'm 80, I get 80, you get 20. Like, he's never, like, this A side, B side stuff started with Kurt was saying that it started with Floyd Mayweather, right? And I've been watching boxing a while, and I've never heard a fighter say, I'm the A side, you the B side. You know, they probably had different variations of it, but what Kurt was saying, the guy who made it popular was Floyd Mayweather. Now, he was right about that. Floyd was the one that made it popular.
Floyd made it popular, yes.
Floyd
because
made it popular.
was on the social media platform. See, the thing about it is guys like Lopez and Sanchez and all of them guys, Gomez and Sanchez, they went through A-side, B-side shit, but right. the thing about it is it wasn't kept, it wasn't put out on the social media platform every day, because the reason that fight kind of drug for about 8 months when it was Sanchez versus Gomez who was moving up, the reason it drug is because they couldn't come to terms with the money and stuff like that. And Gomez thought that he was worth more than Sanchez. And a lot of people think that Gomez was worth more than Sanchez, but they don't know that Gomez was only being offered $400,000 or something, while Sanchez was being offered $1.2 million. He had a problem with that, but it was not put. Sanchez wasn't saying I'm the A side. The person who started with that I'm the A side shit is Floyd Mayweather more so. Even with Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Haggler, okay, they didn't really argue too much about the A side, B side shit. Then nobody say, hey, I'm the A side. We're not going to get this fight unless you take 60-40. They came to an agreement because they both wanted to fight and prove who the best was. Okay, so the A side shit really got popular with Floyd Mayweather. No, he's not the first person to kind of utilize the A side in an indirect way. He did it more in a direct way. Okay, he'll just say straight up, because show me any verbiage of Sugar Ray Robinson saying, so I'm the A side. That shit didn't even exist back then. Nobody say nothing about A side.
Yeah, especially back at that time with a brother saying that. I'm like,
can you imagine a brother in 1948 or 1953 or whatever saying I'm the A side? That wasn't even something nobody said back then. That shit's crazy, man.
Yeah, but I'm like, Kurt, why you didn't challenge him on that? Like, you know, you got to challenge him on that. You can't just have Blue coming on your platform or whatever platform he was on and just say all kind of stuff and you don't even challenge him on, especially when I know that Kurt knew better. I know that Kurt knew better because he made videos debunking a lot of that stuff that Blue was talking about. So I know that he knew better, but for whatever the reason may be, he just.
And not to mention, what happened was the dude YB made a video clowning Kurt, saying that how he let Blue Blood school him and whatnot. And I guess it got back to Kurt, so Kurt made a video trying to go back at YB.
I saw that. I don't think he went back at him. What he did was he was just trying to clarify the reason why he didn't challenge Blue on a lot of stuff. I saw that video. I saw it. I saw the whole thing. He was like, you know, why he made like fun of it a little bit, and he was saying the reason why he didn't like go at Blue on a lot of the stuff he was saying. To me, it was.
Were they on a mutual platform? Because I never did hear when.
They was on Lady Chance. They was on Lady Chance.
Lady Chan. Okay, I know who she is. I have to go check that out. But see, the thing about a debate too, debates should be done on neutral platforms, because a lot of people on YouTube, they want you to come to their page. When they say come to my page, they're cowards, because they want you to come to your page, to their page, so they can mute you and do all that kind of dumb shit. Right. Once they start muting and stuff in front of their little audience, and their little audience is always going to say that they won anyway. But once they start doing all that muting and shit like that, they lost the argument. Because when I used to have, I grew up in a combative sports environment. I'm a Florida boy. Down here, we talk football. We be talking shit about each other's football team and all kind of stuff. If you can't handle the heat, you walk off. Okay, you walk off, and that's the mute button. That's the mute button. That means you can't handle the smoke I'm giving you. So you got to mute me, because your ears can't stand to hear this truth that I'm putting down on you. right? And whenever I go to somebody's platform and I get a little bit too hot, they want to use that mute button real fast. You know what I'm saying? So I said, hey, let's go to a mutual platform. All right, I'm not going to mute you at my page, but anybody who says come to my platform is a coward and a bitch. Okay, they don't want no smoke. That's what it is.
Hey, let me chime in on something Blood said, Coach. You was talking about that A side, B side bullshit, right?
Right.
But let me give you a history lesson right quick. Leonard Duran fought in 1980, right?
Yep, 1980.
Sugar Ray Leonard, 9.1 million. Roberto Duran, 1.5.
Dang.
And nobody gave a fuck.
Hey, what did but you know what though? Duran wanted that fight that bad. And I remember, and Duran said so much disrespectful stuff to Ray Leonard. He got him out of his game.
Yeah, got in his head.
He got in his head. And I'm like,
called him a bitch, told him he was soft, told him he was gonna fuck his wife, all kind of shit.
Oh man, so he was playing psychological warfare with him. He like, I listen, if I can get this dude out of his game, I got him. And it worked. It worked to perfection that first fight. Second fight, Ray realized, man, I fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Ray said, hell no, I ain't falling for this nigga. Hey, Leo, you're right though, man. You're right though.
But see, that's what debunks all that A side, B side shit. That shit don't mean nothing. Yeah. Because if I want to fight, right? If me, this is just my nature, the area I come from. If I want to fight, fuck it. Whatever you say 60-40. See, if I was Crawford, I'd have pulled this motherfucking bluff. I'd have called his bluff. 60-40, good, book it. I'm with it. But when I beat your ass, you taking the 40 the next time. Book it though. I want to fight. Book it. Right. And now you locked in. You put yourself out there.
That's what Crawford should have did. But one thing I will say is this here. They said, well, Spence offered Crawford 60-40. I say, for one, listen, Spence can't do shit unless Al Heyman tell him to do it. So really, to me, it was just all cap anyways, because fighters don't offer other fighters purses. I'm going to give you this to fight me. It's up to your handlers. So when I was telling this guy, the guy was like, because you hear PBC fighters say it all the time, I'm my own boss. You're not your own boss. You're not your own boss. Now, every time you turn around, call Al. What we calling Al for then? You see what I'm saying? If you're your own boss, you can't make a move unless Al Heyman says so. So cut it out. You know, you're not your own boss. Well, you got a promoter. I say, well, Al Heyman is just like a damn promoter. He may not be a promoter, say per title, but he's functioning in the same capacity. You know, he has to deal with his hedge fund and his team of investors. They have these different deals with these networks, and the networks are the ones who putting up the money for you guys to fight each other. So it's damn near the same thing. You see what I'm saying? He just found a loophole to be able to do the same thing without being a promoter and a manager and stuff. Well, he works with other promoters and stuff like that. But cut it out. You're not your own boss, man. You cannot do anything. And as a matter of fact, Floyd Mayweather was the PBC. And I say this today, like I said it yesterday. Floyd Mayweather built the PBC. And when Floyd Mayweather retired, it ain't been the same, because there's no fighter that they have on the roster that was generating the kind of money and popularity that Floyd Mayweather did with the PBC. Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather made this money together, and they built the PBC. You see what I'm saying? And so now, when these guys come along and say, we're trying to do the Floyd Mayweather blueprint, how you trying to do the Floyd Mayweather blueprint when you're not even being when you're not even being Pretty Boy Floyd? You got to go through the Pretty Boy Floyd. The one person who did not utilize that blueprint was Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder ended up being richer than all of them. And he never utilized it's hard to do that in the heavyweight division. You can't utilize a Floyd Mayweather blueprint in the heavyweight division because you don't have as many belts to go. You can't move up. You can't catch. You can't do none of that shit. So Deontay Wilder was able to come out of the PBC, and he's the only star that they built, because Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't count. So Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, is the biggest star by far that they built over at the PBC. Yeah, he is. Hands down. I think Wilder's worth like, and I ain't pocket watching, but when I do my research, I see he was worth like $35-40 million, somewhere like between $30 and $35 million. You know what I mean? Like he's the richest guy over there in the PBC. So when I sit back and hear this guy, and Wilder don't talk about this, I'm the A side, you the B side, 60-40. You know, so when I hear Errol Spence, dude, you got a net worth of $7-8 million. Terrence Crawford got a net worth of $8 million. I mean, I thought you had like $50-60 million the way you was talking. Dude, you and this guy got the same net worth. Like, Why are you
I
talking all
couldn't
this?
believe it when I saw their net worths when I finally, because I had heard enough of this talk and I was like, this guy got to be worth 50 or 60. I thought he was worth 50 or 62. You know what I'm saying? I swear I did. And then I went over there and saw 7 million. I'm like, man, this guy ain't even worth no money to be out here acting like Floyd Mayweather and all of that stuff. The whole PBC thing, for somebody to tell another fighter to go to the PBC where there's no examples of fighters or superstars being built because the PBC didn't build them. Deontay Wilder had to build himself kind of thing and have his fans help build him, which was successful. They were successful with that. But he had to back some of the shit up by getting in the ring with Tyson Fury and stuff like that. These other guys like Errol Spence, they're not trying to do that, man. And why would you expect Terrence Crawford to leave top rank to go over to the PBC so he could be broke like them niggas? I call them the premier boxing celebrities. That's who they are. They want to be boxing celebrities. They don't want to go out there, put the work in, and prove they're the best. They want to brand off of stupid pawns, and that's what they're doing. And those people who follow behind Errol Spence and demand that Terrence Crawford takes, whatever percentage, those guys are a bunch of pawns. And Terrence Crawford don't even like pawn niggas. He don't like them. He said straight up that if you ain't in the ring, I don't really respect what you say anyway. So all you're doing is encouraging him by being resistant to what his plan is. All you're doing is encouraging him to go against the grain, pretty much. He's a Libra, just like
you can look at his last 5 fights, bro. You can look at Spence's last fight. The most guarantee he ever got was a $2 million guarantee. Motherfucking Crawford gets $4.5 million just to show up. Just to show up.
Because Spence get money on the back, he gets money from the pay-per-view.
Yeah, he gets money on the back end, but that still don't make you no big star.
But you ain't no big star, about the same amount of money. You
ain't no big star.
And it's not no big money because they lie about the money that he gets on the back end, just like these guys. Like, why would a fan be concerned about how much step-aside money Deontay Wilder got? Like, that's some of the most ridiculous shit. Who is a fan in 1985 would have been worried about step-aside money? And all of that shit. That's some shit that New Age fans brought in. You know, that shit started with YouTube, with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. That's when all that shit where fanboys started to interject and started to pretend like they were promoters and managers and everything else under the sun instead of just being a fucking boxing fan. That's what you got to be. You got to be a fight fan. And if you're a true fight fan, you do whatever you can to get the cheapest deal, too. I don't want to pay $99 just because I want to make sure that they eating good and stuff like that. Shit, them niggas are millionaires. Shit, I'm keeping my money. I'm gonna go to fucking Strikeout TV or First Row Sports, VIP Box. I'm gonna go to them places and watch they fucking fights until they put something on where I feel they should be rewarded.
I'll pay $10 and go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch that shit.
Hey man, listen. You know, so crazy part about it is this. I'm looking at Wilder, right? Wilder, and I listen. Trust me, I understand why Wilder. If this is true, this is the case. Wilder want to fight Fury for a third match. He made his most money in his fight career fighting Fury those 2 fights. You know, the first fight they only did 300,000 pay-per-view buys. You know, they didn't sell the event out. But the second fight, because Tyson Fury rose from the grave in that first fight, the second fight made it that much intriguing. He did the trash talking that led up to it with Deontay Wilder kind of making it racial and talking about to this day and his people been fighting for 400 years and just all the stuff that built up to that. And then they end up doing like anywhere from 800 to 850,000 pay-per-view buys. Wilder made $5 million, right? And Fury made $25 million. You see what I'm saying? Right. But they got a guaranteed $5 million. The fight was for Fury got guaranteed $5 million. Wilder got guaranteed $5 million. And then they got
with the pay-per-view
on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I know why Wilder want to fight Fury again. Financially, that's what makes sense. Because who is he going to fight unless he fight Anthony Joshua? When he ain't getting that fight, that ship don't sell. You know, he had opportunity for that.
But he could fight somebody like Andy Ruiz. I mean,
he can.
That's a big fight.
That's a big fight. You know what I'm saying? That's going to bring in the crowd.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz. And Andy Ruiz want to fight him. Andy Ruiz want to fight him after Chris Arreola. You know, listen, Andy ain't gonna lay down. Andy coming to fight, so I would love to see that fight. Like again, I want to see Wilder come back and fight. And Wilder is good for the heavyweight division. He brings excitement. He talks trash. I like Wilder. I was a huge fan of Wilder. I just wasn't a fan of him talking about he want to one day have a baby, be pregnant, twerking, making excuses. race hustling. Like
That's that new weirdo shit, cuz. That's that new weirdo shit.
But he never was like that though. He never was like that before. Sheldon, it's something happened.
If you surround yourself with weirdos, you will become a weirdo.
And then they got a problem with us venting on them motherfuckers like they did Anthony Joshua. Whenever Anthony Joshua didn't have a shirt on and he was around some guys, these guys made all kind of jokes and all kind of shit. They talk shit about Terrence Crawford, yet you got Wilder out here twerking. I saw Wilder boxing doing some sparring, and this motherfucker had on leopard printed tights. Yeah, leopard printed tights sparring somebody. I'm sorry, but if I was a sparring partner that day, I would have told him, I said, hey, look, you're going to have to take the leopard skin tights off, bro, because I ain't going to have you beat me up in leopard skin tights. You know what I'm saying? But they do stupid shit, and we could be coming on here clowning these motherfuckers all the time because they're the ones who put the dumb shit out there. People got mad about us clowning on Errol Spence for kissing that rapper, but who put the shit out there? They put the shit out there. The rapper and all of them because they think he's a fucking clown. So they put the shit out there. They shouldn't be mad at them for putting it out there. Don't be mad at us because we want to laugh about it now. Y'all were laughing at Anthony Joshua for less, okay? So we gonna laugh, we gonna clown, and we gonna talk shit. He was smooching on whatever that guy, can't remember his name.
Yellow Beezy.
Yellow Beezy. All of them got these weird names.
Listen.
Yellow Beezy. Little this, little that. I can't keep up with all these rap. I don't listen to that shit no more. I listen to classic R&B, heavy metal, whatever. But I don't listen to that whack ass shit that these lean sippers listen to and all that. You know what I'm saying? And he out here acting with these, dancing with them, doing all kind of weird stuff. And you mean to tell me that I can't clown after y'all clown on Terrence Crawford and what's his name, Anthony Joshua? Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Hey, listen. Hey, this what get me though. This what get me. Listen. I'm gonna do a video on some of these comments I've gotten. Right. Listen, because I said that. Listen, Errol Spence was all booed up with Yellow Beezy. They booed up trying to kiss him on the neck. That's my brother's brother. That's my brother. That's my brother. The female in the background who recording, she said in the background, look, don't be doing that. People gonna see. Just listen. Try to listen to the background. The female is saying that, listen, don't be doing that. People gonna think y'all gay and all that stuff there. Yellow Beezy said, what's wrong with this dude? This dude gay. They didn't even get mad at Yellow Beezy for calling Spence gay.
And they put the video out too.
And they put the video out there.
The girl was the one recording it. So they put
booed up.
Like you hanging around with a bunch of squares. Okay, you hanging around and there's a square in the group. There's always that square who thinks he's cool. He thinks that y'all are laughing with him, but really y'all are laughing at him. So they went on ahead and they used Errol Spence like a fucking square nigga that he is and put that shit out there anyway. You know what I'm saying?
All them niggas are squares, blood. Blood, all them niggas are squares. Every last one of them.
I put my foot in your ass. You come to me. You better talk about whoever put the video out. You dumb motherfucker. Don't you come up here telling me not to talk about that shit when you've been laughing at other people. There's only like 2 or 3 guys on YouTube who don't laugh at the fighters and stuff like that. And that's like Mr. Boxing Today 2 and L-Dub and a couple of guys who don't fuck around on fighters. They don't say nothing bad about fighters. Everyone else has a history of dissing or downgrading some fighter or even getting personal with them. Okay? Right. So you can't come up to me and say shit if you're one of those guys.
Them dudes are squares. All them fucking dudes are squares. And that's what people don't forget. Them dudes ain't got no street in them, ain't done no crime, ain't gonna bust a grape in the fruit fight. Them niggas are squares. They do square shit because they squares.
So Captain Al Pacino, what do you say? Oh, we say Wilder just having fun with his family, but AJ is gay for no reason. Yeah, exactly. So when they doing fruit booty stuff, booed up like LMA, you booed up. I said, you know what, man? Hey, listen, Errol Spence and Adrian Broner got one thing in common outside of them being fighters. They seem to be attracted to high yellow guys, high yellow men. AB love Tank Davis. They all in the club, hugged up. Bro, listen. I dropped the video on it. I saw the video today. I dropped on it where they hugged up. Tank behind AB got his arm around his chest. They sitting there smiling, cheesy, kikiing, and then AB turned his head back like this here and puckered his lips up. And Tank faked like he was gonna kiss him. Then said, "No, I'm like, what kind of shit is this?" So if I say something about this, Terrence Crawford get crucified for just coming to Dallas, Texas to watch Errol Spence fight Danny Garcia. He get crucified. You know what I mean? He don't listen. This man don't drink. He don't smoke. You don't see him in clubs. You don't see him doing none of that. He's dedicated to the sport of boxing, but he get crucified. But the guy who drinking and driving, almost killed himself on the highway by himself, booed up with like LMA with rappers trying to kiss him on the neck, you know, holding his hand and all that stuff there. But at least he get a pass. Like, come on, listen, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like,
and do you think that's the first time Errol Spence ever did that? If they caught him on camera doing that, I wonder how many other niggas he did that shit to. And did it go a little further when they on camera there? You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of wonder about that kind of shit, because that is some kind of suspect ass behavior. And don't be mad at us, because now we see him for who he is, which is blowing kisses in the wind type ass, wake me up before you go ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
So you can't put some shit out on a public platform, right? And then try to tell motherfuckers how to interpret the shit that you put out. It's open for interpretation.
It's open for interpretation, yeah. So I'm hearing, oh man, you hating on Errol. He was drunk. I say, listen, I've been drunk quite a few times in my lifetime, and I've never been booed up with my homeboys trying to kiss him on the neck. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Like that, being drunk ain't no damn excuse. Now, what I'm starting to wonder now, when he say it's strap season, what does he really mean by strap season? You see what I'm saying? Strap season has a different meaning now. When you say man down, what do you really mean by man down now? You see what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know now, man. He say strap season. I'm looking kind of, and man down, I'm looking kind of crazy now. Because I don't see you, saw you booed up on camera with the googly eyes, your eyes half open, you're smiling, looking like you got all these women around you. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, listen, dude said, well, that don't mean he gay. I said, well, okay, well, he might be bisexual. Listen,
it don't mean he ain't. It don't mean he ain't either.
Listen, if that's your lifestyle, that's your lifestyle. I ain't tripping on that. My thing is, keep that same energy. Don't diss Terrence Crawford, a guy who don't drink, don't smoke. You don't see him booed up with other men trying to kiss him on the neck. Don't diss Terrence Crawford, but then when it comes to Errol Spence, he can give dudes sugar on the neck. And then listen, hold on. Then the video they put out before that, it was Errol Spence, Yellow Beezy, and another dude, dark-skinned dude in the background. They sagging and they dancing in the kitchen around each other.
That's
and guess
crazy.
what they were listening to? Young Thug. They was listening to Young Thug. And you know Young Thug go both ways. He wear dresses. He wear lipstick. He wear makeup. Listen, this. I ain't making this up. This is Thugger. That's what he does. He wear dresses. He shops in women. He shops in women. The women's department. He said this. This is documented. I am not making this up. You got three niggas in the kitchen sagging, and Errol Spence staring at Yellow Beezy. He just looking at him. I said, wait, why he looking at him like that? Wait. You know, I was trying to hold
him up down like it was some meat or something. Looking him up and down like it was some meat, like he wanted him. Like I'm gonna get him.
I think he was thinking about strap season. He was thinking about strap season.
He saw Yellow Beezy sagging. He saw Yellow Beezy pants sagging with them tight jeans on.
Hey, look here. I don't know about none of y'all, right? But I've been to the penitentiary.
Yeah.
And that sagging shit comes from the penitentiary.
Yeah.
And on the yard, if a nigga got his pants down around his ass, that means he's advertising.
Yep.
You don't sag your pants in the joint.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say, because if you ain't been there, you don't know. I've been there for a minute. I did damn near a decade in that motherfucker. I'm telling you, nigga sagging his pants, he advertising.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? He's advertising. So I'm just saying, all I'm saying is you can't get mad because I'm saying, hey man, your homeboy putting it out there. He booed up, giving dudes sugar on the neck. They dancing in the kitchen. Listen, this is the crazy part about it. First, you release the video of y'all dancing in the kitchen.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
They released the videos, Coach.
Who timed you out?
They released the videos, right? They released them. So why you mad at us for some shit you released? Y'all up putting the shit out there. The girl
You will see my
put it out
channel.
there. The girl who was recording and put the shit
Hey,
out
you will
there.
see my channel. Who timed you out? I'm trying to see. He said I got an LDBC guy as a moderator. Yeah, who timed you out? Let me know. Go ahead. Let me know. Leave it in the chat. Tell me who did it. Go ahead. Go ahead, on blood. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you know, you in the kitchen dancing, and then the next video after that, y'all hugged up. I'm like, oh man, and then I'm like, and the dude, Yellow Beezy, look very uncomfortable. And now here, Yellow Beezy he's a game banger. He's supposed to be active. He's supposed to be a crip or something. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm like, you know,
They said that nigga was from my neighborhood. I'm like, don't put that nigga in my hood. He ain't from my hood.
no,
We don't get down like that.
He's not from LA. He's not from LA. Is he? I thought
No,
he was
no,
from Texas.
like they supposedly got 60s in Texas. That's what I hear. That's the new rumor.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that don't mean
You know,
he's from LA. Yeah. That
well,
ain't
you know
got
me.
nothing to do with,
If you ain't from LA, you ain't official.
yeah. He ain't from no. He's not from LA. You can't say he's from your hood. Yeah, he's not from LA. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. I mean, no.
There's
You
a
can't.
bunch of posers out there. Everybody want to be gang banging. You got
All that weirdo shit. Yeah.
Rappers like Soulja Boy started with his ass talking about he a blood, and you know guys from Georgia and shit talking about they bloods and Crips. Man, get your ass out of here. You know we ain't grow up like this. That's that younger generation though.
Yeah, that's that new shit. You know, but it's cool. I mean, hey, look, you could be who you want to be. That's fine with me. I don't care. Just keep it live. Just keep it live. Do what you got to do.
That's the thing, guys. Like I have family members who are my Aunt Dot. She passed away. R.I.P. Aunt Dot. She was gay. You know what I mean? My cousins, I have quite a few. Listen, if that's what you do, that's what you do. We're not making an issue about that. But what you're not going to do is if you put some stuff out there and you saying strap season, man down, and then I see you booed up with somebody and you know you're trying to give some sugar on the neck, you can't get at me for trying to, you know, just questioning that. You know what I mean? Like if that's what you do, just come on out the closet. You see what I'm saying? Just come on out the closet if that's what you do. You see what I'm saying? Just go ahead and
keep your bullshit private. Or just keep your bullshit private and you ain't gotta worry about none of that. Yeah,
or keep it private. You know, I ain't tripping either way. But my thing is keep the same energy. Don't attack Terrence Crawford, say all kind of stuff, attack Anthony Joshua, and then as soon as your favorite fighter do something suspect, and somebody just call them out on it, now it's World War III.
Oh yeah, now we're weirdos.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Weirdos out there attacking Errol Spence. Weirdos, nigga. Shit, I'm not the one who put that shit out there. You stupid ass fuck nigga. You better go and look and check that shit out yourself. You dumb fuck nigga. Stop saying it's dumb shit. You the one acting like a weirdo by thinking someone else is a weirdo because they went out there kissing on some nigga. Stupid ass.
Bro, you don't understand, bro. Like, I'm gonna show y'all Sheldon. I'm gonna show you Bowling and Retro. I'm gonna show you. I gotta show you, bro. I've got some serious threats because I said he was booed up. I said, listen, man. When the man say strap season, I'm starting to look at him differently now. What does strap season really mean? The strap season has two meanings. You know, are you talking about strap inside the ring, or are you talking about the strap outside the ring? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. What you saying?
When you say man down, which man are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, you know, I'm just saying, you know, that's how I'm thinking now. I'm like, man, I don't know now, man, because you know, what happened was they was ripping Terrence Crawford because he made mockery of it. Because as soon as he saw it, he sent the tweet out. Somebody from his camp sent the tweet out, pointing it out what was going on, and they went ham on Terrence Crawford.
I remember. Oh, Terrence Crawford is jealous. He's so jealous of Errol. He just got to say anything about Errol. Man, that man just seen you kissing a dude, and he said something. What's wrong with you niggas?
I'm gonna tell you how far they went. They went so far that they took a picture of Terrence Crawford wrestling and said, "Look at this gay stuff right here. Like this is how much of a Spence fanboys they are and whatnot."
Yeah, I think it was was he wrestling Bomac?
Yeah, he had a towel.
He had a towel choking him. He had a towel choking him. Listen, there was nothing suspect about that at all. Like, okay, he had a towel choking Bomac. You know, him and Bomac talking about, yeah, he wrestling. I say Terrence Crawford was a wrestler. His kids is in wrestling. I don't know if they know that. His kids is state champions in wrestling. I don't know if they know that.
He was the state champion.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford was the state champion. Like, cut it out. Listen.
Plus, that's not the equivalent of booing up with somebody around their neck. And then other people, I heard somebody say, well, I kissed my granddad your 95-year-old granddad, if you kiss your 95-year-old granddad on the top of his head, on the top of his bald patch, that's nothing like booing up some nigga that you didn't grow up with and getting hugged up with him and going for a neck kiss. You can't compare those things, you dumbass. Who the fuck do you think you talking to? I guess you talking to your stupid ass subscribers, because you damn sure ain't talking to me. Hell no.
Man, listen.
Hey, did you hear the boy? The boy, Fanon say he a Crip, he a Blood, he a Vice Lord, and a Gangster Disciple all in one. That shit fucked me up.
Well,
that shit fucked me up. I'm like, wow.
Fanon got a video throwing gang signs and whatnot, man. I thought that shit was
my God. Come on, man.
He done that. He lives in Texas now. He moved to Texas from Chicago. So I guess, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on what side of the street he wake up on. He don't know exactly what he is. You see what I'm saying? What he is. So, you're 1 minute you're a Crip, 1 minute you're a Blood, then you're a GD. And then what else? What else?
See what it is, man.
Your Vice Lord. Vice Lord, yeah.
A lot of people get threats on here, okay, on the internet. Right. So they feel the need to let people know that, hey, I got some backup if I get a threat. But a guy like me, I don't give a fuck, because, like I said, I grew up around niggas. I hate to say it like that, but that's who I grew up around. So I'm used to that kind of stuff, and I don't feel the need to let nobody know that, hey, I'm affiliated with this guy over there, that guy over there. I don't feel the need to do that, because I'm a man who stand on my own. If you come over here and you even walk up to me and say anything about YouTube, you best to be ready for a fight, or just get a gun pulled on you or something, because I'm not playing that shit with nobody out there. Ain't none of these guys, like you said, you got these threats, folks. These guys ain't gonna do nothing. And some of the
straight busted.
To realize too that these guys ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you, man. If you just stand as a man and talk your talk, shouldn't nobody be coming up to you anyway? Shouldn't nobody take it personal, right? Because you're just another man. I don't take nothing personal coming from, whether it's guys that I was cool with before, or guys who I don't even know. I don't take what they say don't make me shit, okay? Right. But I'm going to speak out against it if I think it's stupid. I'm going to say, if somebody says that Deontay Wilder is today's Muhammad Ali. Okay.
Yeah, I heard that weirdo shit. Only a weirdo would say that.
Somebody says that, I'm so against it, but it's not going to make me shit. It's not going to make me shit. So I don't feel the need to address shit like that. But, man, it's just some shit people say. They can't expect to not get a reaction when you say something like Deontay Wilder is today's Ali. And then Teofimo Lopez, daddy, came on here and said his son signing with Triller is the equivalent of Ali stepping out of Vietnam. You guys are living in a false motherfucking world, okay? That's not even comparable. Nobody could compare to Ali, a guy who stood up during the Jim Crow era. And you know what? A lot of you motherfucking youngsters, too, y'all didn't see shit other than MySpace, motherfucker. Okay, so don't come on here talking like you survived Jim Crow and all of that. I come right after Jim Crow. Guys like me and Coach, and I think Shelton, he was alive.
Shelton before we, Shelton in his 50s.
Yeah, so, we saw different shit. We actually grew up in the post era of Jim Crow. We grew up right in the post era. We saw the shit. You know what I'm saying? When the shit was
we lived it.
Black people,
we lived it. Like these shit they seeing on TV right now. They was doing this to us in the 70s. This shit killing motherfuckers and beating motherfuckers up. They was doing this shit in the 70s, man. This shit ain't nothing new.
Man, listen, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I'm just sitting there laughing like, okay, dude, well, listen, man, I get it. I understand you emotionally invested into this particular fighter, and I get it, I understand, but if they keep putting stuff out there like that, and if I feel like I want to comment on it, I'm gonna make a video and comment on it. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't take it personal. I understand you upset, you mad, you bitter. I get it, dog. It ain't that serious to me. You know what I mean? It ain't that serious.
It's just cool. We talking boxing, passing the time. It's not that serious. You're right.
No. You got to expect to get a response. Like, if you're gonna say that Deontay Wilder is today's Ali, you're gonna say some other stupid shit. You got to expect to get a response from somebody. Okay, you can't say something like that and not expect nobody to respond. And if somebody responds, it doesn't mean they're dissing you. It doesn't mean that they dislike you, unless they say something like, I don't like him, I hate this, I despise this guy, I'm going to see him, I want to see him without a job, I want to see him I want to see them hungry in the streets. Unless they say something like that, which nobody has any ill will or ill intentions towards anybody. But this is boxing discussion. You put shit out there, people are gonna respond. It's just that simple. They did it to me too.
I guess none of these niggas ever been to a barbershop. Because if you go to the barbershop in the hood, you gonna hear way worse than that.
And
nigga,
you can't mute either.
Shut
You
your
can't mute
stupid ass up. Nigga with that bullshit.
What you gonna do? You're gonna mute somebody in the barbershop? You're gonna mute them so you can get your point across, and you're gonna have a bunch of your people in the barbershop who will let you mute somebody there? I've never seen a barbershop like that. If you want to win in the argument and you don't want to hear it no more, you leave the fucking barbershop. Is what you do. You leave the barbershop, and that's about it. So don't come
get
on
your bitch ass out of here, nigga. You stupid ass nigga.
Hey, I just gotta
know. There's a lot of pansy ass fuck niggas on here who think they cool. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have to do with no hashtags or nothing. It's just a bunch of fuck niggas online, point blank.
You know, I mean, like I said, they're growing up in a different era right now, and I get it. You know, some of us, we grew up in the era to where, you know, when you go to the park, you know, you had to fight to get, to go to the park. You know what I mean? Like, you got to fight, and you want to come to this park, you may fight somebody, and then if you lose, you come back and fight again, and that's that. You know, I'm saying like kids, like 8, 9, 10 years old. That is, you know what I mean?
That's when you break your bones. You make your bones in the street. You a kid.
That's it. You know what I mean? And and that's it. You know, but now these guys talking it crazy. I'm like, man, dude, it ain't that serious. I get it. I know you're upset that I made a video about your favorite boxers. I give it to everybody. You know, I ain't discriminating. I give it to anybody. You know what I mean? But I can't make nothing crazy about Crawford. He ain't did nothing crazy. You know what I mean? So I mean, he ain't did nothing crazy. So I get it. You know, I just think those guys all you guys who are mostly invested with Wilder. I like Wilder. You know, and Errol Spence. I like Spence. Y'all just too emotionally invested. When you're looking at a fighter and you can talk bad about another fighter all day, but as soon as someone says something about your favorite fighter, you get all emotional and want to go talking gangster and punching the keyboard real hard on your computer and saying that when you see somebody, you're gonna pull up and do A, B, C, and D. And that's a problem. That's when you know that you're too emotionally invested into this fighter, and you probably need to just back up and take a chill pill.
They need to go back up. They need to go home to the bathroom, go masturbate, release some testosterone or whatever they need to do over their favorite fighter. Look at their fighter twerk, masturbate, and you make them feel a little better. You know, I'm like, man, like the video I dropped today. Like, again, I like Wilder, but I'm quoting some stuff, where he said in November 26, 2018. I got the source, put the source link in the video where he said that, hey, man, listen, I would love to experience what it feel like to have a baby one day. I told my old lady that if the scientist was to come up with the way that men can have a baby, I would love to experience that. Now, how can I hear something like that? How is that your fault? How can I hear something like that and not comment on it when you say this guy is our today's Muhammad Ali? Nigga, please. Yeah. You remember the Last Dragon, blood? You remember the Last Dragon, Sheldon? When Show Enough was fighting Bruce Leroy, and Bruce Leroy threw that punch, and he caught his fist in the air and with squeezing it, he said, "Nigga, please." Nigga, please. I'm like, nigga, please. Bro, this is the guy you talking about?
And my thing is this, coach. How is that your fault for clowning that shit? You didn't put that bullshit out there.
Bruh,
so I'm just supposed to let that shit ride. I'm just supposed to let that shit ride.
I put the source link in there. This is November 26, 2018. This is the interview who he did it to. Here go the link. Y'all click on it, go straight to it. I did the work research for you. I'm just saying, like, dude, like, you want to have a baby one day. Well, I never heard Ali say that. Never heard Tyson say that. Never heard Joe Louis say that. You know what I'm saying? Never heard what's the name? More.
I never heard James Rock Green say that.
Haggler say that. I never heard any fighter say that.
I never heard Jeff Lacey say that. So come on, man.
I'm just saying, I never heard any fighter say that.
I didn't even hear Amir Khan say that, and I've always wondered about him. I didn't hear Kell Brook say it, and Kell Brook, they say it's fruity tooty. But I ain't never heard him say nothing like that right there, and I've never seen no proof of him trying to kiss up on anybody. But yet they go off a rumor. They'll go off a rumor that he's fruity tooty, instead of something they heard, but there's no video evidence out there of him doing some suspect shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they believe what they want to believe, okay? They believe what they want to believe. We saw it with our own eyes.
But you see some suspect shit, and you're going to make an excuse.
We saw that shit. They put it out there. We don't know for sure if Kell Brook is Fruity Tooty because, you know, we weren't there. There's no video evidence out there. They make all kind of shit about people.
There's no video.
So nobody knows, man.
There's no video of that. Hey, shout out to my man, New Money DMG for the super chat, man. Shout out to my brother for the super chat. Oh, you over here laughing at me? Hey, listen, man. All I'm saying is this here. This is what the man said. Now, my question is, just the thought of you saying that that's disgusting to me. That's very disgusting. And I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna even say it, bro. I was gonna say it, but now I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyway. If you was to get pregnant, Wilder, how the baby gonna get delivered? Where's it gonna come out at? The front or the back? I'm just saying, bro.
Coach, you wrong for that.
Bro,
you wrong for that, Coach.
Bro, listen, man. Listen.
You wrong for that one.
My mind went there. I'm like, bro, I damn near threw up when he said it. I'm like, bro. So I called him out on that. I called him out. Like, listen, man, this is what's going on with the PBC. Why does the PBC fighter? He's talking about getting pregnant from his baby mama, wife, or whatever, and having kids, right? He wants to experience that. What man would say something like that? You see what I'm saying? Then you have
I can't even comprehend no shit like that. I don't even comprehend that shit.
So more PBC stuff. Tank and Broner booed up in the club, hugging and poking each other's lips up at each other. You see what I'm saying? And then Broner humping Maidana in the ring. Y'all forgot all about that. Remember he humped Maidana in the ring?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, Coach, because you know what? A lot of black people went against AB for that. So it's not only just PBC, because sometimes they go at some brothers did go at AB, but they'll take a different stance if it's Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, that's some fuck shit right there. That's some gay shit.
Yeah, a lot of these guys, it don't even really all have to do with PBC. It has to do with what fighters are cooperative with them in some certain ways, maybe give them interviews and stuff like that. So that's what they're looking at, because they have down some black fighters before for shit like that, but they changed their whole narrative when it comes to Deontay Wilder or Errol Spence, because they invested so much into these guys that at this time they feel like they can't say nothing negative, but you can say something negative, and you should be able to understand someone else, just like what you all did when you all talked about AB and Tank Davis and everyone else. I remember what everyone was saying 2 and 3 years ago. Okay, so I was around, so I saw it happen. That you guys are being selective. For whatever reason you're being selective, let's just be honest. You guys are being selective. There was a rumor about Terrence Crawford that he didn't interview with black fighters. Black journalists, which is the first person to say that was me. I said that, and people followed behind that. I said it first. I got proof. I have receipts of me saying that years ago, 5-6 years ago. Okay, but since then he has interacted with other black journalists and things like that. But that goes overlooked because certain people feel like he should have been on their platform. And really, that's what it's all to do with, man. It's about being a fanboy. Will you allow me to be a fanboy for you to the point to where I can benefit some off of being a fanboy for you and shit like that? There's a lot that I have in my mind that I'm not saying. I'll just keep it to myself. But I'm telling you exactly what it is.
Right, and that's that is what it is, because I heard some of them say, well, he won't come over there and do. Crawford is really not a talkative person. The one criticism I have of Crawford is I wish he was more open. But I've been following him since he was 2014, 2013, and I think he fought what's the guy name? Was it Ricky Burns in the UK? That was the guy he fought in the UK when he won his first world title.
Ricky Burns.
Yeah, I've been following him since right before that, and he's never been a vocal guy. He doesn't say much. He don't really do much talking. I mean, off the camera, you see him laughing and playing and kicking it with his, with his team and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's like maybe he has a distrust for the media. It seems like, you know what I mean. And I wish he was more open. I think.
But you see when he was with Sean Porter, how open he was, because he respects Sean Porter.
Right.
See, that's the thing about it. These other guys, some of these guys, they come on here and they think just because they got a little bit of a cult following, which is still a small following, it's still a very small following. It's just a cult following, so it makes it appear like it's more than what it is. But man, it's just crazy. There's a lot of shit that I have in my mind that I just can't say. You know, I wish, you know, I kind of wish that I was like you, Coach, to where I'm just coming into the community and I didn't know anybody. Because if I didn't know anybody, I would be a different nigga right now.
Right.
I'm here to tell you.
Right.
Yeah, see, you gotta remember this too. You gotta remember this too, y'all. Marvin Haggler was the same way. Marvin Haggler wasn't friendly with the press.
Yeah.
Because he had got fucked over for so long that he was angry. The nigga was mad.
Haggler ain't like no damn. He didn't like the media at all. I remember that, man. You know, Haggler's my favorite middleweight. He was like, man, and because the people love Sugar Ray. They love Sugar Ray way more than they love Haggler. But Haggler I'm just gonna get straight to business. Who I got to fight? I'm finna stop this dude. You know, Haggler, man, that dude was the truth, man. R.I.P. to Marvin Haggler, man. That dude was the truth, man. Marvin Haggler was the goddamn truth, bro. I don't give a damn when nobody say that man was the truth, bro. Like,
he backed it up in the ring. That's the thing. He backed it up in the ring. When Thomas Hearns was moving up, he didn't say, you know, hey, you're the 154. Now you got to meet me at 80%. And none of that. That shit didn't come out.
He didn't say get a belt. None of that shit.
No, none of that. None of that stuff. And the stuff that these guys today promote with the 60-40 and all of that dumb shit, I don't even listen to that shit. A lot of the shit that's going on in the YouTube world, I'm actually out of the. I don't know what's going on. I'm out of the loop now because I don't certain titles I will not listen to. If I see a title that says something with 60-40, I'm not even going to listen to the video. If I see it, Terrence Crawford thinks he's worth or whatever, I don't listen to a lot of that shit, especially coming from a known fan of who the opposite fighter is. You know, I got to know who a lot of these people are. I know what to listen to and what not to listen to when it comes to certain uploaders and things like that. It takes a little time, but you get it after a while.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. Listen, you hit the nail right on the head, man, because it's just a different era right now. And I get it. I understand. I mean, you know, I trust me. I understand. I get it. But, you know, everybody can get criticism, right? Especially when you're in the public square. And when you're doing certain things and moving certain ways, people are going to drop videos and they give you their criticism, you know, and, you know, the fans of these guys or the protectors, you know, you guys, I you know, say to you passionately, you shouldn't just take it so personal, you know, because everybody's not going to always say something that you like to hear or want to hear all the time. You see what I'm saying? Especially when you have certain fighters, or even if it's your favorite fighter, moving a certain way. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. That's all I'm saying.
And this is what kills me. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but this is what kills me. You capping so hard for this dude. Number one, most of the time, this dude don't even know you.
Yeah.
And if he saw you on fire, he wouldn't even piss on you. So why are you even worried about this dude and his pockets and what he's made? Who gives a fuck? He ain't giving me none. I don't give a fuck what he makes. I just want to see the fight. Just get in the ring and fucking fight.
Yellow Beezy's situation. They want to be in a position like that with Errol Spence, to where the camera is off, and they could be in that position with Errol Spence. That's how fruity some of these guys are. They sit up here and they take it personal. Something you say about some other nigga that they don't even know. They used to do that with Floyd Mayweather too, and they act like they're part of the team and all that shit, and they actually literally take it personal. If you have an opinion, yet they're allowed to have their opinion on everything. I'm a very fair guy. I believe in fairness, you know, things being fair. You know what I'm saying? So don't have a problem with me when I have something to say. You said all you had to say about all your dislikes and fit shit you didn't like about Anthony Joshua taking his shirt off and sitting in a jacuzzi with 3 other guys with their shirt off. Oh, I could understand. I clown too when it came to that. But you gotta keep that same energy. You can't start acting all personal because someone called out Errol Spence. It make me wonder if you fruity or not. You know, maybe you want to be that nigga that's screwed up with Errol Spence. I don't know.
Look, Coach. Hey, look, check this out, man. I remember I was on the platform and I said, this is all I said. I said, I don't know why you dudes is pumping up Sean Porter and Danny Garcia like they future Hall of Famers. Every time they got in a big fight, they lost. So what is Hall of Fame about that? And man, motherfucker, like, oh, bitch ass nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking. I'm like, whoa.
Where that come from?
I'm like, okay. I said, okay. You talking to me crazy. I said, you talking to me crazy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on off this panel, because if I knew where any one of you niggas lived, I'd be at your doorstep right now. So
hey, listen,
let's get up out of here. Let me get up out of here.
There's certain things that they say today. Back then, those really meant something. Like, hold on, man. When you say this, You crossed the line.
So you call a nigga a bitch, you better be ready to fight. Because you don't call no grown man no bitch. That's what you don't do.
Hey man, yeah, they be talking crazy, man. Like I don't get it, man. Like, you know, and listen, it's hold on. The guy went off on you for what? For what? Why he went off on you again, Sheldon?
All I said, Coach, was I don't know why you dudes is pumping up Danny Garcia and Sean Porter like they future Hall of Famers when every time they got into a real big fight, they got their ass kicked. They lost
all their step-up fights. Yep. And
but if you pull them on a panel, Sheldon, they wouldn't even be able to tell you who Simon Brown is. You say, hey, well,
Simon
Brown
idea.
had 9 defenses.
And Simon Brown was a bad motherfucker.
Why is he not Hall of Fame? How could Lamont Peterson, because they told me Lamont Peterson was future Hall of Fame. How could he be future Hall of Fame when Simon Brown ain't in the Hall of Fame? He has twice as many defenses as Errol Spence. So if he's not in there, then how the fuck are these other guys getting in? That's what I want to know.
Exactly.
Bro, we don't even have what's the heavyweights names? What's it? Lyle not in there. Ron Lyle, he not in there. What's the other one?
Ron Lyle, Jimmy Young, none of them dudes.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Ernie Shepard just got in. He just got in.
Okay, good.
He just got in.
It took him forever. I'm just saying, like, these dudes are some real headbangers. They
I doubt that I'll live to see Lamont Peterson inducted into the Hall of Fame. I don't think I'll live to see Danny Garcia inducted. Sean Porter, he didn't do nothing to get inducted because he inducted all them other fighters who had way more defense than him. Okay, even if you don't know their name, you have to look at all those guys back in the day, all those guys. You have to put all these guys in the running. If you can't test those guys with me, then you're not qualified to call Hall of Fame with you. There's really only a small amount of guys on YouTube who's qualified to even talk at Hall of Fame.
You can't. These dudes don't even know how good Big Buster Masters was. They don't know how good George Chuvalo was. They don't know how good motherfucking Azuma Nelson was. They don't know nothing, man.
They don't know them guys at all. They don't even know their names. They don't. No,
they just started watching boxing probably within the last 5 years, 5 maybe 6 years tops, maybe. They just started, man. Like they just started. When Floyd Mayweather was at the tail end of his career, they probably just started watching boxing when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor. And I'm not trying to be funny either. When he fought Conor McGregor, they thought this was what boxing was all about. You know what I mean?
And you know what? Any of these guys, too, Coach, should be willing to come and debate you or me or Sheldon or anybody. They should be willing to come and debate us. But a lot of these guys who do all this talking, they try to pretend like their channel is too big. But really, ain't none of us that big. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in the YouTube boxing community got 4 million subscribers or something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you talking all that shit and they got open panels out here, why ain't you none of them? Because you know your ass will be challenged, and then you back yourself into a corner and somebody start asking you about Buster Mathis and George Chuvalo and those type of names. You ain't gonna know what to say. You're gonna look like a fucking clown out there. So they don't want to get on those panels, right? It's Fury.
They don't understand that Jerry Quarry probably would have beat half these motherfuckers fighting today. Mm-hmm. Jerry Quarry would have whooped their ass.
Because the fighters back then, they spent more time in the gym. These guys today, they get a payday like Keith Thurman, and they stay out of the gym for 2 years and stuff. They don't even go to the gym for like 2 years. You have guys who used to work jobs like I heard you mention this, Shelton, Marvin Haggler had a job. He started out as an apprentice and then went on to construction and all of that shit. This guy would go to the shop and leave there and go to the gym all fucking night.
He was a construction laborer.
Mm-hmm. Bro, listen. Marvin Haggler, my favorite middleweight, and I didn't even know that. You educated me on that yesterday.
And he used to ride a bicycle from work to his job. I have all of the shit in the newspapers, which I'm going to feature in my documentary. Marvin Haggler used to get off of work from construction, take his bicycle, and ride that motherfucker to the gym. Okay, I got the articles. I got the.
Yeah.
I'm going to show y'all.
He was a laborer.
Right.
And if you know
Bruh.
anything about construction, if you know anything about
was a
concrete
laborer.
construction,
I was
a fucking laborer is something you don't want to be. That's some hard ass motherfucking work.
They give you the idiot. They give you what they call the idiot stick, which is the shovel. And
Yeah.
I'm over there with the idiot stick. I was 18 years old working at a construction site with my stepfather because he was a foreman.
Yeah.
And, bro, that's some back-breaking work, bro.
I worked it too. I worked it too when I was young. And it's hard work.
Hey, I got 23 years in the carpenters union, so I know for a fact. I'm not telling you something I heard about. I'm not telling you some shit I read in the book. I'm telling you what I know. That's I would never do that.
Lisa Bell, what you said? We can't forget about Joe Smith. What Joe Smith you talking about? The white one? The white you can't be talking about him. You gotta be talking about somebody else. I don't know what Joe Smith you talking about, Lisa. Please clarify.
Oh, Lisa got a little bit of knowledge. She's talking about somebody back in the day.
Oh, back in the day. Okay. Lisa, I'm thinking about the Joe Smith that's fighting out of light heavyweight.
Well, I think she might be talking about him because he's from a labor blue collar.
Yeah, he's a construction laborer too. She's right. Yeah, she's right. He's a laborer.
No.
He's
I
a laborer.
I didn't know what she was talking about. I was thinking about Hall of Fame. I'm sorry about that, Lisa. I was thinking about the Hall of Fame.
There ain't no other Joe Smiths in boxing. I know him. I mean, nope.
Yeah, she said Joe Smith is a laborer. Yeah.
Smith, I know him, but not Joe Smith.
Yeah, he's a laborer. Yeah, I mean, listen, you know how hard that is, bro. Listen, like I work construction, man, and when your shift is over, there's no I'm finna go home and then shower up and go out to the club tonight. Hell no. When you go home, you're going to shower up, eat, and your ass going to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's over. You see what I'm saying?
You better be, and you better be there at 5:30 ready to work because there's 13 motherfuckers outside the gate waiting to take your spot.
Right.
So
I'm
go in there bullshitting if you want to. Your ass is up out of there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know if Joe Smith is still a construction worker. I don't know if he still is, but I know I
believe he is. I believe he's still a construction worker because on his last fight they mentioned it. And Marvin Haggler, he didn't leave construction until he signed with Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
Bro, you know how? So that means Joe Smith ain't making no money. Listen, for you to
he make about $20 an hour, $25 an hour. That's nothing. Chump change.
No. I'm saying from boxing.
Probably not, man, because these guys.
Oh no, he ain't getting no money. He might get paid $375, $400 a fight, maybe $500,000.
Just like you said, bro. In 1980, guys like Sugar Ray Leonard could pull in $10 million. Okay, and these guys today can't even pull in. Well, Joe Smith ain't never pulled in no big payday. I bet if we look his net worth up right now, if we could even find it, it'll be like 1 million tops, maybe. Even if that. Yeah. I'll look his net worth up here in a minute. But
these dudes ain't making no money, man.
I'm gonna put it on right now for you.
It's going
I was saying that the other day, blood. I was saying that the other day, blood. These dudes ain't even Marvin, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns, Haggler, Duran. They was making $10, $15, $20 million in the 80s. You guys ain't doing nothing close to that.
Net worth. I'm looking them up right now.
You ain't doing nothing close to that.
Yeah, I want to hear.
And call yourself the big fish. The big fish of what?
These guys, and they'll be out of money in no time. I mean, you find them 10, 15 years from now, you see Earl Spence looking for donations at some convention and stuff like that, and wanting to charge people to take a picture and get his autograph like Thomas Hearns and them because they didn't make the money that they were supposed to make and stuff like that. It's not a whole lot of money. $8 million. You guys know people who got more than $8 million. I know several people that are just working.
A few
that got more than $8 million.
I'm going to show it to you right now. Joe Smith has a net worth of $4 million as of August. Matter of fact, let me check this down right here. Move this.
That's actually not bad. That's more than I thought.
That's not bad.
That's way more than I thought.
Matter of fact, let me show it. So I don't know if it's too small, but
he is a two-time champion, right? Is he a two-time champion?
Boxing. It's his salary is not no. And did Bernard Hopkins have Hopkins have a belt when they fought? When he beat Bernard Hopkins?
No.
Yeah, Bernard had lost his belt to Kovalev. That's right. He has a net worth as of April 2021. He has a net worth of $4 million. But that ain't bad. But he probably like, listen, man, $4 million really ain't no money. So
that's
he has to.
Thurman has.
Yeah, he has to.
Thurman, that's more than some of these other guys got. See, the thing about it is Floyd Mayweather was an outlier. He was an outlier. Errol Spence and them ain't no. I mean, even fucking Joe Smith, who's not even the most active guy ever, he's even got the kind of money they got, not far behind them. So that makes it even worse right there.
Right.
You guys are not significant outliers when it comes to drawing in money. You're not a significant outlier. You got $300,000 pay-per-view. Who the hell came up with this standard that 300,000 is successful or 350,000 is successful? That's garbage. That's a
they lowered the bar.
LDBC came up with that one.
But listen, hey, Retro, what happened was they lowered the bar for the PBC fighters. They lowered the bar. You know, he did 360 with Mikey Garcia. Okay, what role did Mikey play in that? Notice they say he did it as though he did these numbers by himself. Okay, to prove my point, okay, when he fought Sean Porter, he did 300,000. So he did 60,000 less fighting Sean Porter than he did with Mikey Garcia. And then when he fought Danny Garcia, he did 250,000. So his numbers were regressing. You see what I'm saying?
They do it when it's convenient. It's just like people used to always say, well, the only reason why Floyd Mayweather is a pay-per-view attraction is because he fought Mexicans, he fought Pacquiao. But when you go to these, other than Manny Pacquiao, when you go to these other fighters, even Manny Pacquiao, you don't see them in the top 10 nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather got all the slots up in the top 10. So those Mexicans didn't have nothing to do with it. It was the fact that he promoted himself right as a villain and people wanted to see him lose. It didn't matter who he got in there against.
I did a video on that. I had show like the top 25 pay-per-view sales of all time. Floyd Mayweather's like he's like in the top 6, and then it's
and then it's 6 spots in the top 10 or something.
Top 10, he got like 6 spots.
You can't sit and tell us that it's because of the B-side fighter why he got the pay-per-views. Now, what ended up happening is as time went on YouTube, people started to become more aware of the fact that Floyd Mayweather was just picking his fights. So the expectation went up for him. So by the time he got to the Andre Berto fight, he didn't do as good because you had Keith Thurman out there, you had Kell Brook out there, you had a few people that people would have preferred to see him fight over Andre Berto. So at that point, the business side and picking and choosing started to not work for Floyd. So he came out the sport and started to decide to match himself up against celebrity type guys.
Right. Because it's Floyd and then Mike Tyson in there too. Mike Tyson got like three slots. Because before Floyd, it was it was Mike Tyson, De La Hoya. They in there because Floyd fought De La Hoya. That's when he became after the De La Hoya fight. That's when he became the pay-per-view star. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Blood. Prior to that, Floyd wasn't really selling like that.
You're correct.
No,
prior to
he couldn't sell pies at a fair.
Yeah,
let's not forget something, though. Let's not forget something. Even though he wasn't selling, you're right about that, but he was still worth $13 million, which I found out through another channel, which is actually an LDBC channel. He did his research, okay?
Right.
I found out that Floyd Mayweather was worth $13 million before he fought Oscar De La Hoya, which is still more than Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. And Floyd had hardly, he was still in his 20s at that time.
Right.
Because he signed, because he left Bob and he went and signed with Jay Prince. Am I correct?
Yeah, he did.
He signed he was with Jay Prince first, and he went to Top Rank because Bob got Floyd Mayweather out of that contract with Jay Prince. Remember, Floyd was trying to leave Jay Prince, and Jay Prince was coming after him because he was like, "Yo, you still owe me like 2 fights."
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that. You're right.
Yeah, you're right about that because Bob Arum did a video on it. He was on somebody's channel, and he said that he had to pay Jay Prince money and yada 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 yada. And he said they was talking about. I'm gonna find that video because he said they was talking about doing something to Floyd, and he had to pay that to keep whatever was going to happen. And that's exactly how he said it, literally. Like he was saying that Floyd was ungrateful or something. Because when Floyd started talking bad about Bob Arum. But Bob was like, I remember the time, when he was in the jam with Jay Prince. I'm the one that got him out of that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna find that video. So you guys will think I'm capping, but I'm gonna find that video. But I'm telling you, man, I remember Bob saying that because I didn't even know nothing about that. I didn't know that he was He was going.
Yeah, he was son of Jay Prince. But
Yeah.
if you want to keep it all the way a buck, fellas, the real cash cow in our era was Mike Tyson. It didn't matter who the fuck Mike was fighting.
Yeah, Mike Tyson.
It didn't matter who he was fighting. You gonna get a million views.
Yeah, everybody wanted to fight Mike. Everybody wanted to fight Mike. And then the proof of that is after certain fighters fought Mike Tyson, they started doing big pay-per-view numbers. Holyfield. Well, Holyfield did do numbers with George Foreman. He did like 1.4 million pay-per-view buys with George Foreman.
Yeah, but Holyfield was doing big numbers when he fought Riddick Bowe too.
Yeah, he did big numbers. All them fights did big numbers.
He did. So did Riddick Bowe. They fought 3 times. They fought 3 times. So yeah, you know what I mean. But you're right about that. Him and Big Daddy Bowe. Listen, man, I was just doing some research. I didn't realize for some reason I thought Riddick Bowe had a couple of losses. I see he only had 1 loss. He was 40-1.
Yep, he only had that 1 loss because of the 2 fights with Galata. It would appear as though he really lost those fights, but Galata was so stupid to keep going low. But he beat Riddick Bowe up in those 2 fights. So
right.
Yeah, he destroyed Bowe. He destroyed Bowe.
Especially in that second fight too.
Yeah, he destroyed him.
Yeah, and that's what made me like, damn, I thought he had more than 1 loss, but I remember when he lost to Holyfield.
He only lost to Holyfield.
That's all. But you know what's so crazy about Riddick Bowe? I'm glad you bring him up because here's another example of how fighters could end up. You know, Riddick Bowe had all his checks for Holyfield was over $10 million, he said. Okay, Riddick Bowe was in South Florida over there where you are, Coach. He was driving a city bus for 8 months, okay? Nobody never knew who Riddick Bowe was. He said he got on the city bus, driving people around, I guess in the Hollywood area down there somewhere, driving people around, and nobody know who the fuck Riddick Bowe was, which is sad. Yeah. So that could happen to any of these guys too.
And he's broke now too, man. I feel bad for him. He's broke now.
Yeah,
I saw him.
Wasn't Holyfield went broke at one point in time too? Like he lost the
mansion. He don't got his money because he had too many kids. Holyfield got like 15 or 16 children.
And that motherfucker in Georgia, what's his name? That preacher got him for millions. Fucking dollars. Creflo Dollar.
Oh, Creflo Dollar. He in
Georgia.
I thought Creflo was in LA. No, that's No, I thought he was in LA. Yeah, I thought Creflo Dollar was in LA.
No, he's in Georgia. The dude in LA was Freddie
Price.
Freddie Price. Price is in LA.
Yeah.
Price is in LA. He's dead now. He just died.
Yeah, all of them want to be what's my main man? I used to love this guy, Reverend Knight.
Yeah. You can't lose with the stuff I use.
Hey, Reverend Knight say, Reverend Knight, Reverend Knight was the one who coined the phrase that I heard Don King say. Don King gave Reverend Knight his credit. He said it's better than to have money and not need it than to need money and not have it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I said, boy, that's some player shit there, boy. I said, it's better than to have. And Richard Pryor used that same line on Car Wash in the 70s.
Yeah, Car Wash. Yeah,
he was daddy rich. He was daddy rich.
Yeah. Said, that was his line, though, Coach. That was his line. You can't lose with the stuff I use.
That's why I like talking to you older guys, because y'all bring back memories and shit like that. I love talking to y'all.
Hey, Retro, doggone, I remember Reverend Knight was getting interviewed by what's the old white reporter name, man? Not Todd. It was I forgot the guy name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's dead now, but he was one Tom Brokaw. Well, I thought it was Tom Brokaw. No, not Tom Brokaw. It was one of the old guys back in the day, and there was an interview on Reverend Knight. He was kind of like.
Walter Cronkite?
Walter Cronkite. Yes.
Oh yeah. I remember him.
He was trying to like chastise Reverend Knight. Ike, you talk about all these material things and yada 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 yada. And I say, well, at my church, we don't believe in no pie in the sky and you get to heaven when you die. We believe that you should have heaven right here on earth. You know what I mean? So I was dropping it then. I was like, listen, you're supposed to have some money now. Everybody in my church got money. He was showing everybody. And they said, Reverend Ike, well, what about you talking about you have a Rolls Royce and you have a Rolls Royce and your church have a Rolls Royce? He said, no, I have 4 Rolls Royces, not 2. I have 4. Get the record straight. I was like, hey, blood. I said, this boy, Reverend Knight was talking that shit. He's like, no, get the record straight. I don't have 2 Rolls Royces. I have 4 Rolls Royces. Get it straight. And we're working on a 5th one.
That's right.
Hey, coach. Read Mr. T's comment.
Listen to
Read Mr. T's comment.
Hey, he convinced his followers to buy him a jet. That was
Keep going.
That was Creflo. He said, "Oh yeah, Creflo Dollar."
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh yeah, Mr. T. No, yeah. The best thing I can do for the poor is not be one of them. That's Reverend Knight. Yeah, absolutely. No. He said. They said, Reverend Knight, how do you help the poor? He said, keep from being one of them. You know what I mean? And bro, I'm like, damn, that what he said was so, because if you poor and I'm poor, I can't help you.
Exactly.
I said, man, Reverend Knight, man. Listen,
but the
bro.
people from that era, man, there's not enough of those guys with the gift of gab around anymore. A lot of the guys who have the gift of gab, they're a little too old now to really relate to this era and stuff. Like Don King was born with the gift of gab, he's slick and stuff like that. But there's not enough of those type of guys around anymore. These guys have no swag about themselves, and that's another thing with these fighters, like Errol Spence and these guys. They don't got no kind of swag about themselves. They don't know how to talk shit. They don't know how to talk trash. They don't know how to get in the camera and put on a show like the wrestlers. Like most of the fighters, the popular fighters like Ali, they got this swag from fucking white wrestlers.
Gorgeous George.
Floyd Mayweather admitted that he got some of his shit from DiBiase, Ted DiBiase. And,
the $1 Million Man.
These guys got to go back and look at people who got swag and who know how to carry the mic and carry a promo. I think that's what guys like Jake Paul.
Ric Flair, the king of swag.
Ric Flair. They're cut from the Jake Paul brothers. They're cut from the Ric Flair Paul, man.
Dustin
they know how to
Rhodes.
go out there and talk a little bit of shit, be arrogant, do that kind of stuff. Guys like Errol Spence, he'll look at the floor and say, "I'm gonna take the easy route," and that's his catchphrase. While he's looking at the floor, not looking a nigga in his face and shit like that. You got to know how to play that camera and get in front of there and say the right shit. And you could get somebody.
But that's our era, blood. That's our era. I remember my grandmother telling my sisters and shit, you cannot be running around here fucking with these broke niggas. What is two broke motherfuckers gonna do? Sit in the house and look at each other? Two broke motherfuckers gonna sit in the house and look at each other. What you gonna do?
Hey, these dudes sitting in the house all day playing the video game, eating the kids' cereal, waiting on this girl to come back home from work. A
lot of the problem was that these kids grew up on MySpace, like guys who were Tank Davis age. But MySpace came out around 2006, 2007. They started getting on that MySpace, listening to music, and then YouTube came out, and they started getting involved in all this social media stuff. And they didn't know how to. They didn't put enough time into themselves and how to sell an event, or how am I going to sell my character when I become a fighter and stuff like that. These guys got to have a little swag. That's why AB was able to go further than these guys with a losing ass.
Because he had a little bit game.
Fighter, he would go. He would lose, but he still would do higher numbers than these other guys because he had a little swag about himself. And you're not going to get swag following none of these motherfuckers online because none of them don't got no swag either. Listen to some of these YouTube commentators talk online. Boy, they I don't know where the fuck some of these guys come from with their ideologies and stuff like that. But I didn't grow up like that. I didn't grow up like that.
Hey, look, this is a trip. Now check this out. My daughter is 30, right? I was talking to her the other day. And she told me, because I was telling her, this generation is twisted. You motherfuckers don't go out. You don't go see a broad and take her flowers and take her out and wine her and dine her and try to cap and talk the broad out the draw. They said, no. She said, no, Daddy, we don't do that no more. We meet people online. We don't even have to see them. We text for a few days and then we go out. What kind of weirdo shit is that? How you gonna get some game if you don't never talk to a broad? How you gonna get some game?
That's why Errol Spence is dancing with niggas in the club and stuff like that. These guys, they don't dance with. Who was it? Was that you the other day, Shelton, who said that somebody told you that the guys dance on one side and the women dance? You know what's so funny is that
I went to the club. I saw it from my own eyes. That's how they do it.
Because I left the club scene in like 2001 or something. And that's when I started to see the guys dancing on one side and the girls dancing on the other side. I started seeing in the early 2000s.
With each other.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? And then when
you
these
even dance with a bro no more.
on how to be a man. Like, hey, you gotta go say that to Earl Spence' face, because if you don't say it to his face, then that means you ain't about this and that.
I'll beat the shit out of Earl Spence.
From the MySpace generation, nigga, where you guys don't even dance with girls in the club. You guys dance with each other, and the girls will sit over there dancing with each other, and then go home and they'll lick each other all night, and you guys will go home with sweaty palms.
Man, look, I said it earlier, y'all. I said it earlier, and I'm just being straight up honest as a man. 147-pound nigga can't do nothing with me. You can't do nothing with me. Leave me alone. Stay the fuck away from me.
I'll tell you what, Earl Spence,
47 pounds, you gotta stay the fuck. You gotta stay far away from me.
If it's an outside backyard fight, he can run around all over the place. He'll wear me out. But if I get in a fight with him in a little kitchen or something like that, I'm gonna grab hold of his little ass and put him in a chokehold.
I'm serious. A nigga that weigh 147 pounds can't do shit with me. Nothing. Stay the fuck away from me, man.
Hey, you know it's comedy though. Coach, it's comedy. The whole thing is comedy, man.
You and Sean, man, y'all killing me.
Yeah, because
hey, y'all sound like
there's a lot of double standards too. It's like
we talking about real life shit, Coach.
Hey, y'all talking like my uncles, man. I used to talk to my uncles back in the day. But y'all sound just like them, bro. We sitting under the tree playing dominoes. They talking that shit all day, bro.
Coach, let's be straight. Let's be straight honest, Coach. Let's be straight honest.
Argue about.
Let's be straight honest.
I was a fan of this basketball player called Harold Miner. They call him Baby.
Yeah, I remember Harold Miner. Yeah.
So I used to always talk about USC. Hey man, did y'all see Baby Jordan in USC? And then my boy didn't like Harold Miner, so he'll pick on me all the time. Here come Baby Jordan to talk all that bullshit. You know, it's the way we talk. He'll go on for hours and hours talking about Harold Miner and hating on him, and we get in arguments and all kind of shit. And that's just something you have to have thick skin to hang in them environments. That's the environment that we come from. We come from the real barbershop or waiting downs at the basketball court. That's another place where you talk a lot of shit. Waiting downs at the court and shit like that. We come from them environments. We don't come from a MySpace environment. So young niggas, don't come telling none of us nothing, because we ain't trying to hear it. And if what makes me even more sick is the older guys that you see with braids coming out their beard, listening to these young niggas. That's why young Pharaoh was able to come into the boxing community and basically finesse the whole boxing community. A little young guy, he's like 30 years old, finesse the whole boxing community.
He ain't even 30. He ain't even 30, man.
man.
That dude's still in his 20s, man. He just came there and finessed the boxing community. They took it and ran with it.
A little nigga who ain't seen no sunsets or nothing. I think he's one of those kids who, you know, he came up, he did a little time or something, I heard.
Yeah.
So all you have had to done is a little bit of time or something, and they'll listen to everything.
You get some game.
But when you behind them bars, you ain't getting no life experience behind them bars.
See, Pharaoh, remember I told y'all I was heavy into the black power thing. And Pharaoh got out of prison and he ran through, the black conscious community on YouTube, like Sinetta TV, Red Pill, Blue Pill. He ran through them dudes, like Brother Polite, like
Shooting Steady.
Like it was just one video that really put him on the map where he was debating the whole Armor Raw squad. He destroyed them. And people were looking at him like, this dude's so damn young. He had the gift of gab, and that's what it was. So in the boxing community, they don't have people who have the gift of gab like that. A lot of these guys, they don't have the swag like that. Like I listen to some of these guys, and I'm not saying anything bad about this brother, like Aki TV. The brother cool, he a cool brother, but this brother is boring. I'm like, damn, this dude just, bro,
he said everything Dante Bias Nation be saying, man. He repeat all that stuff.
Well, he started out on Dante's Boxing Nation. He started out there. So
who are you talking about though? Who started out there?
Aki TV. Aki.
I've never I hear this name Aki, but I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's like a Muslim looking dude.
Yeah, he a Muslim guy. He a Muslim dude, and
I mean, just think about it real life terms, Coach. I mean, we just talking real life here, real shit. What can a 147-pound nigga do with you?
If I grab him, he in trouble.
If I grab him, he in trouble. We not in no ring. We not in with no gloves on.
Not in the ring.
You wouldn't say that if you see Spence in the street. No, Spencer stay away from me in the street.
No,
That's what he do.
In the ring, yeah, in the ring, I probably
in the ring he gonna fuck me up. But we not in the ring.
That's like a fighter saying that he'll mess up an MMA guy in the boxing ring. Yeah, you would, but if you step in the octagon, he'll beat the brakes off.
He gonna kick your ass. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because he got more tools. He got more tools in his tool belt. You know what I mean? Right. He gonna put you in the guillotine. He gonna put you in the arm bar. You know what I mean?
He gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, bro, you're gonna tap out. You're gonna tap out because they learn submission holds.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I remember when I was in the joint, right? I had this young nigga come up to me. We was chopping it up. He gonna say, "Well, OG, I'm 28 years old and I ain't never lost a fight." And I said, "Yeah, nigga, because you ain't never been in one."
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, man. Hey, we've been rocking for a minute, man. We're gonna go ahead and sign out. We're gonna go ahead and sign out, man. Listen, man, I appreciate, man, Retro Boxing. Please, guys, if you're not familiar with Retro Boxing or even Blood Boxing, please go to his channel and subscribe. Please subscribe. Listen, if you want to know some boxing history, just even stuff that I get educated on, because I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Right. So if it's something that I don't know, it's so good to know that I have a reference that I can reach out to in Retro Boxing, or even Mr. Shelton Moore, be like, "Hey, man, listen, run this by me again. I'm trying to do some research on such and such." These guys know their stuff. They know more about boxing than I do, and this is facts. This is the truth. So nobody knows everything. So when you have resources that you can go to and get the information that you need, that's a blessing. Always reach out to those guys if they have an open invitation for you to reach out to them. So please subscribe to Retro Boxing, man. Please, I
appreciate you too, Coach, man. And Coach, I wanted to tell you, man, that you're doing a great thing out here, man, by coming out and addressing issues that we have in boxing. We need those type of channels out there, and unfortunately, there's not enough of them out there. And coming in with a new approach, with fire in your heart, man, passion in the sport, and I love what you're doing, Coach.
Hey, listen, I apologize, man. I know I get I'm a real hyper person. You see what I'm saying? Right. I'm a real passionate dude. If I feel strong about something, you're gonna know. You know what I mean? So that's just how I am. I can't. I've always been like this. So,
hey, Coach, don't forget to drop that in the private so I can write it down so we can hook up for that fight.
Oh, hold on. Let me do this now. Hold on. Before
we all gotta hook up, man. We gotta hook up. We gotta start hooking up. There's some good channels in Florida too, man. You got me.
Yeah.
You got fucking Trap House Boxing. We're always looking to link up with other brothers and stuff like that, man. Because we got a little bit of a gathering coming downhill. So, we're going to keep it coming. And I like to also give you a shout out just for being a fellow Florida resident and Florida guy like me, man. Gunshine State all the way, baby. And I also like to thank Bo, too. Bo, tell me where your boxing channel is at, Bo. So I can.
I got to start up again. My channel is actually Bold and Understanding. That's my actual channel, but I haven't really been making. I kind of just started back up, but then I go off. But now that I got another video editing program, I'll probably just start making it again soon. And
did you get that? Did you get that? The number?
I got it, bro. I got it.
Okay. Hey, hold on. Bo, I'm gonna give you my number. Retro, I'm gonna give you my number too. Hold on, I'm gonna do that right now.
I see it. And I see your number right there.
Okay.
Write it down. Write it down right now.
Hey, listen, I'm laughing. Hey, listen, man. And I love to laugh, bro. I listen.
Yes, sir. That's what life is about.
I'm the dude that if I smoke some weed, I'm laughing all goddamn day, bro. I'm serious. That's why I can't. You know what I mean? Like the weed, it just had me laughing so much. I can't stop laughing. Just everything funny. We.
You been smoking some of that good old school stuff, man.
Hey, bro, listen. I'm telling you, hey, listen, man, Retro, man, bro. I just love to laugh. I just love to laugh. So just when I be on the weed, everything just funny.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you a text. And you can lock my number in, Coach.
All right. Hey, listen, man. So everybody, listen, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Mr. Shelton Moore. Shout out to my main man, Retro Boxing. Shout out to my brother Bo, Nearly Fuller Jr., man. I appreciate you rocking with us. King Midas, just like King Midas, as I was told. Corn Kid, Lisa Bells.
Everything got a text turn to gold.
Lisa Bells.
Hey, Lisa.
Proud Father, Peter Von Arks, Bruce Goals, Mr. T. Let's see, Paul CX, Karma Serene, she's gone, but shout out to her too. My main man Halim, tell him, broke blogger, proud father, and a lot of people was here. Akaka TV, Stephen McKenna, and I think that's it. It's a lot of people in here, man. I don't want to keep it too long, man. But shout out to everybody, man. Other than that, brother, stop boy, Coach Malachi Williams signing out for New Media Today USA Boxing. We going live tomorrow at 3:00, everybody. Okay, peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.